standing here right by your side. I will be standing here till the end of time. I will be standing here all through the night, till the stars align. Something's gonna bring the change. Journeys we are meant to take. Something at the edge of space, calling us to fly away. Don't you be afraid, everything will change. You and I, jumping off the edge. They say dreamers never die. So come and fly, come and fly, come and fly away with me. We're rising, we're falling, we're making moves. We're climbing, we're soaring, 1,000 views. We're rising, we're falling, we're making moves. We're climbing, we're soaring, 1,000 views. Come and fly away, come and fly away, come and fly away with me.
Hey, guys. Can everybody hear me okay? Don will be here shortly, guys. Hope everybody's having a good week so far. I'm dropping a link for Don. He better hurry up and get in here. See, everybody, hope all is well. Yes, I hope so too. Hello, Redmilla. Tammy Day Rhodes. Hello. 907. I'm that bitch. Hello. Sandy. Or Sassy, sorry. McBro, hello. TT. Grandma D. Where's Summer? Hello. Hi, single mom. Susan, glad to see you here, hon. Diana. Connie. I think it's everybody. Well, there's Dawn B. Say hello, Dawn.
Hello. Hello, Dawn.
Something's messed up with your sound.
Oh, is it? Oh, hold
I
on.
can hear you.
Hold on.
John Q is in the house.
All right. Is that better?
Nope. Can you turn it up?
Huh.
Hang on. Let me make sure mine's up. That might have been the problem. Okay. Now say something.
Hello. Hello. Test. Test.
I can hear you. Hi, John Q. How are you? Michelle Davis. All right, guys. Kathy, Tracy. Hello, Miss Christola. #1 mod in all of the galaxy. All right. So we're going to discuss Marlena's statement, right?
Yeah.
Well, go for it. You lead.
Well, it's come to my attention recently that Marlena, or someone has played a audio clip of Marlena saying that someone's, or I take it, I guess, as maybe Summer's, they were packing a suitcase for Summer, and Grandus brought home Summer's friend, and this would be the first time somebody physically close to the wells has said something kind of theorizing that Summer was sold.
Right.
Have you guys heard the audio clip of Marlena talking about that?
Oh, I think they have. Where Summer just made the statement, I'm about sick of hearing all these people talk horrible about the wells, but yet leaves their own children with them. Amen. I agree with that 100%. If they're going to, crap talk them, then they shouldn't have been leaving their kids there. What kind of parents does that make them? Right?
Mm-hmm.
And I do want to get this out of the way. The other day when I made my video, I misunderstood. Well, I won't say I misunderstood. I heard it differently, but when I went back and listened to it again, I guess she could have been talking about Summer and not her own daughter. But the way she said it, she could have been speaking of either one of them. But yeah, she is the closest person that's actually come out and actually said anything close to what we've all been thinking.
Yeah, I mean, she's basically insinuating that, she's putting the idea out there that Summer could have been sold.
Right. I mean, they were packing Summer's bag and she was going away. That's what supposedly was told to her daughter, right?
Yeah, I mean, what does that mean to you?
Well, I mean, she has relatives in Utah, Dawn. Couldn't she have went and seen them? Oh, wait, no, she's not there. Only other relative she's got is Dawn's sister. They went to Italy recently, right after Summer left, or went gone, right?
Yeah.
Makes me wonder. Of course, Don B had to drop off. His bandwidth isn't that good, guys. Marlena is full of crap, like Jodie Sue. Remember the red barrel? Yes. Do you need me to drop that link again, Don? So it's easier for you to find. There's a way no way I'd leave or take one there. Right. I wouldn't either. He'll be back. He better be back anyways. John Cube. So what do you guys think? I mean, do you think that's what Marlena was insinuating? Was that they could have bartered her away? I mean, after all, you got to think, after all this time, Marlena has not come out and said much of anything except give me money and I'll tell my side of the story. And now she's coming out with, oh, I believe this is what my 7-year-old daughter come home and told me. What do you think, Don?
Well, I mean, the thing I don't understand is, like, if she told the police that a year ago when they interviewed her,
yeah,
what were they searching for in March that was so close to the house in the woods?
Oh, that's true. Because Ronnie said they were searching a 1 mile radius around the house. That last search they did. And then if they needed to, they would go further out.
I'm all confused now.
And John Pruitt also said that they know she's somewhere close.
Oh, yeah. So, I mean, she wouldn't be close if they really packed her a suitcase and someone met her down the road and took off with her.
Single mom says Don B got gone.
I did, didn't I?
To me, it's just ridiculous. So May says, I'm sure Summer and Marlena's daughter were close. These poor little children only had each other. Marlena's child should be removed. All their children are at risk, are at risk fact. Right.
And we don't know. Maybe maybe CPS is involved with Marlena. We don't know. But I don't know. It just struck me, when I heard it, it just struck me odd that, if that's the case, then what were police looking for in March?
John Q says debt makes people do unusual and strange things sometimes. That's like you said on your video that time. When people get desperate, they do desperate things.
Yeah. I mean, maybe they did send her off with someone because they knew. I mean, it is possible they knew crap was going to hit the fan, and maybe their plans were to eventually get all the kids gone. So CPS couldn't get them.
Right? Connie says, yeah, but Marlena also said that the photo of her daughter and Summer hunched over was near the time Summer got gone, yet Summer has the same dress in leggings on in last hug with Donnie. Well, it may have been the same day. They were out there taking photos. And everybody keeps saying, oh, she was hugging him like she was never going to see him again. He may have just been going to town, guys. Come on. I don't know. But I do believe that Marlena was trying to insinuate that the baby got sold. I do. Now, whether it's true or not, I don't know. I would love it if Marlena would come up here and explain. Would you like to talk to her, Dawn?
Here's another thing that, this is, did John Q say something about debt makes people do desperate things?
Unusual and strange things, yes.
But who would want a kid?
That's horrible. Who would want a kid?
I would unalive you before I'd take your kid.
Sarah, I don't know if his sister ever came back, honey. I've not heard. Nobody's heard anything from her. But no, I agree with you. Anybody that's out there that would be dealing in the things that they're dealing in, I do not believe they would have use for a 5-year-old child.
Yeah, I'd be like, no, you're going to have to find something else to repay us with, or else it's your skin, bud.
I had somebody ask me if maybe that was why he basically set his own self up to go to jail, so that because he was afraid that his skin was next. I mean, he sat in there 6 months, no debts, don't have to even worry about feeding his dang self. He ain't got to worry about nobody bothering him. And I mean, it's a thought.
Yeah. I'm sure, seeing what I've seen around here, they'd go after Candace.
Yeah. Marlena probably does not even have her own child anymore. Think so? Yeah, we know Marlena talks to lips. But we would like to talk to her.
When was that done? Was that done recently? And why did that just come out?
No, that was done like a month or two ago. She came out with like a 5-minute part of it where Marlena was talking about Candace and that boy down at the Blue Roof Dawns. I knew there was more to it. I knew there was. There's probably still more to that interview.
So do you think maybe something in the investigation might be getting ready to happen? Is why she released it?
Maybe. Susan Cooper says children are the #1 commodity in the United States for the dark web right now. Mama Bird says she's still talking to lips. Even right now. Where's all the money for this? If it's something.
Oh yeah. So if supposedly he did sell some, they did sell Summer. What'd they do? Sell her for $5?
Well, no, they probably sold her for that $10,000 that you talk about all the time, and he's got buried and hiding from Candace.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know where the money would be.
Yeah.
Do you have any ideas? I mean, everybody's gone over the car.
I'll be honest with you. I don't think they sold her.
You don't think so?
No. Now, could they have given her to someone to, give her a better life? Yeah.
TT says a drug debt, possibly. That wouldn't take money. That would take money owed.
Because, you know, there's plenty of unmarked graves, let's say, in Del Rio, Tennessee, of people that owed drug debts.
Hey. Now, let's not go bad mouthing my hometown.
Hey, I'm just stating the facts.
It's got a bad enough, name. Come on.
Not that it happened there. This is where they got rid of them.
Right. But everybody thinks the Hawkins County and Beach Creek is so rough and tough. Come live in Cotton County. Come on down here and survive for a year. Operations Underground Railroad can educate you on what is happening with children in the U.S. and around the world. I agree, Susan. Well, Dawn, tell us what. Go ahead.
I think the whole, trafficking with the kiddos. That's all about this. And I don't think. I mean, and when you do it, I mean, it ain't for just a couple dollars, So maybe they're just sitting. I mean, if they did, maybe they're just sitting on it until the police just let them go for everything.
Do you see the comments? Do you see the one on the screen, or do you need me to read it?
Mr. Donby, do you think that Jackie Dobbs' statement to you regarding Andy B looking for him in the holler and looking to plant evidence holds merit? I think Andy B was looking for Dobbs because they just didn't want his ass up there.
So you don't think Jodie Sue or Andy has anything in it?
No. Andy might have some explaining to do if they asked him to help move Summer. But I think Andy had a lot to hide. Because everybody's talked about. I guess Andy had some kind of business going on up there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I wouldn't let nobody on my property too if I was looking at. Hell no.
I don't know. When it comes to a kid,
you guys gonna have to come back another time. I gotta. Y'all gonna have to come back another time. I gotta hide these Mountain Dew bottles.
Right. How do you read the footprints?
Well, I mean, it could have happened, but I don't think it happened that day. They'd have found her.
Nana, do you believe you would have to pay Marlena for her to tell you her story? Oh, I do believe. Yeah, I'm sure that was the proposal the last time I talked to her. It's all about dollars. Yeah, and I'm not going to do that. I mean, if I knew for a fact where a child was at and that I could get her back, and if I paid a certain amount of money, fine. But I'm not going to pay somebody who could be involved in it.
And money. that statement right there could disqualify her from you know what I mean?
Yeah. Because I still believe she was the one that took the video in the back of the truck. I still believe she's the one that said no.
All a defense attorney, all Dawn and Candace's, like, if they get a defense attorney, and all the defense attorney's got to do is say, well, this Marlena was wanting money to do interviews on YouTube to talk bad about Dawn and Candace. There goes her as a witness.
Right.
Anybody ever thought about that?
Summer was not sold. Summer was not abducted. Summer was not kidnapped. Law enforcement knows that after the family courts get through with the boys, that will be enough evidence to arrest the Wells. I hope so. That's what Don B thinks. That ain't it? Or is it?
Yeah, and I still think it, you know. I mean, I don't know when, but I think that's the game plan.
Okay, here's another one from John Q. Mr. Don B. Did Jackie Dobbs ever give Ellie permission to search his property? Yes, he did. Sorry, don't mean to butt in. If so, did he tell you anything? If not, do you think that Ellie should search it? He said he gave permission.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah. I mean, I think here's what I think. I honestly think that if there wasn't a house on the plots of property, they probably just searched it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Now, if there was a house, they probably went and knocked on the door. Hey, this is what's going on. Can we please search your property? And of course, Jackie Dobbs ain't got nothing but a little plot of woods. So they probably just searched it. I mean, I can go up there and search it tomorrow if you want me to.
Well, I'm sure that would make everybody feel a little bit better if you did.
Too bad I couldn't go live while I'm doing it. I guess the service up there sucks unless you have Grandus's phone.
Evidently, yeah. She's got a magical phone, don't she?
Yeah.
Children's Court is going to tie the knot for the noose for Don and Candace. I hope so.
Yeah, I think once the judge makes a ruling in the boys' case, CPS is going to wash their hands with it and do a Hail Mary to Hawkins County Sheriff's Department and hope they catch it.
Right. Jodie Sue family or in back holler, both way as far as it goes. Well, it's not Jodie Sue's family. Jodie Sue's family lives, what was the name of that road? Anyway, she lives over in Kingsport.
Oh, something hollow.
Yeah, something hollow road.
Long hollow.
Well, I wasn't going to set her out. Don B. Search for Jodie Sue fecal matter on Dobbs's property. Why in the world would you do that? Oh Lord, you're cutting out. Don B, can you ask Jackie Dobbs to search his property yourself, please?
I probably don't even have to ask him. They probably don't care. I mean, but the thing is, I don't know where his property ends. And yeah, I don't want to get on someone else's, and then
Why does Ellie have to get permission to search their property when a child's missing? Why would anyone deny them to search? Go ahead, Dawn. Sorry about that.
Well, that's courtesy, I guess. They're just, and the other thing too is you've got to understand the area up there because if you do like
son of a gun, sorry about that, guys. And
kill
you there?
Yeah, they're gonna kill that officer and then run over there and find out it was the cops and then go, oh shit, I thought it was
whoa, you gotta back up. Hold up, you gotta back up. You came out of nowhere with that.
What?
You started that sentence off with, they're going to kill that officer. Oh, you better get a grip on that bandwidth. Pew pew who? I don't know who he's
email.
talking about pew pewing. A little bit, yeah.
Uh,
I can't hear you. Oh, if you go on somebody else's property? If
yeah,
you go on,
especially if they're growing marijuana.
Yeah. Hello, John
And they
Davis.
don't know it's the cops. Hey, Nana, if they don't know it's the cops.
Oh, Lord. Lord of mercy. Okay, you're back again. I'm going to kill Don B, guys. This was his idea to jump on live because he wanted to talk about this. Yeah, he's got a bad signal up there. Don B, I'm dropping it for you again in case you don't have it handy. If you owe the cartel, they blank everybody in the family. They don't come after just one of your kids. Well, right. John Q, get a Google map of it or the Tennessee property viewer to check the property lines to give you some coordinates as to where to search. It would be great if that happens ASAP. Well, all he's got to do is call Jackie and ask him. What if she's blank or blanked from her, from the injuries? Okay. What do you think of what True said about Summer and Dawn? If it's the part that I heard where he had took her nightgown off or her t-shirt or whatever it was and they went on down to bed and went to sleep, I don't doubt it. I do distrust the way True said it, if that's the part you're talking about where she done the cartwheel and all that. Because when she asked, supposedly, allegedly, when she asked Summer, did her daddy mess with her? She didn't say that. She said, I asked her if her daddy messed with her. And to me, that right there is a telltale sign that she was making up what she was saying. What do y'all think? To me, it's not. It didn't flow out of her mouth naturally. It was like it was a rehearsed script, sort of like a few others that we've heard from. Don B, you better get your butt up here. Jodie Sue is not going to protect anyone but her son or daughter, in my opinion, not Candace or Dawn or even Andy. And I can't blame her if that's true. I mean, I can't. Does anybody on here really blame her? Who on here wouldn't protect their own kids? I won't say that she's being paid to talk. I will say that Lips has admitted that she has bought food and stuff for Marlena's house. I'm not going to accuse Lips of handing over money, but I do know Marlena was saying she wouldn't talk or tell her side of the story unless she got money. That's what she personally told me. Who was bribed by Ellie? Dazed? Oh, I didn't know she kicked her Damien out. Drug dealers don't, but kid traffickers do. True. The other day I was watching something about children being left in hot vehicles. I was wondering if maybe they forgot Summer was still in the car once they got home. I don't know, hon. I smell corruption everywhere too. I have since all this began. That's what I heard was he went to boot camp. I didn't know she had kicked him out. If my kid did something wrong, God is my witness. They go confess their wrongs. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying in general. Lord, no, I've always taught my kids if you do something, you better confess up to it. But then again, I don't think one of my kids I would have to be worrying about this kind of stuff with. Have you heard the new statement from, please let's not use children's names in this chat, okay? We're not going to be using kids' names. 9 days ago, Lips was asking money for Marlena for school supplies, then turned around and said she was only asking for $20. I don't know where he went. Hi, John.
Hello.
How are you?
How are you? I'm good. How are you?
I'm good too. So what are you thinking about all this?
Where's Don B?
He should be coming back.
Where did he go?
Hang on a second.
I hope so.
Let me
I
call
hope
him.
so. Yeah,
Why?
get him back
You don't
here.
like
Get
like
him.
listening to me?
No, I love listening to you. You got a live going on with Don B right now, and he should be in contact with Jackie Dobbs to make sure his property is searched. There is no confirmation about Jackie Dobbs' property
Hey, can you not
right
jump back
across the
online?
street that has been searched.
All right. Well, I'm gonna leave you on speaker, okay?
Okay.
Hang on, guys. He don't have the bandwidth, but he's on the
Take
phone.
your time. Take your time.
He's on the phone, John Q. John Q's up on panel, Don.
Oh, okay. No, what I was trying to say earlier was, I know it come across weird because that's cutting out, is that, if you see someone on your property going through the woods where you've got some crops growing, you know how people react to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's why I said ask for permission.
That's why they probably didn't want the public helping to search too.
True.
Because
Okay.
if someone got in the middle of, let's say, a $50,000 marijuana crop, yeah, they'd be missing too.
All right, so what confirmation does Don have that Jackie Dobbs' property was searched? That would clear his mind to say, okay, they covered that area like a blanket.
On, you want to answer?
Can he hear me?
Yeah, he can hear you.
Okay.
Well, I can barely hear you.
He said, what confirmation do you have that law enforcement searched Jackie Dobbs's property?
Well, I don't have confirmation, but I mean,
Yeah. Think about it. Think about it. And you had Jackie Dobbs on your channel, and he told you that, and you told him that, whatever you could do to help, you would go down there, and, even if it took you whatever kind of time, you would even go down there to search the property. But it's been since that live, nothing has been done. And there has been no confirmation of his property being searched. Now, I'm not laying that on you. I'm not laying that.
John Q, there's been no confirmation that anybody's property is searched. If you can figure out a way to get LE to confirm that they've searched Jodie Sue's property and Andy or any of the other people's
Right.
property in their house, please let us know.
Right. That's the point. That's the point. That's the point.
Yeah. I mean, does John Q have any proof that they've searched Sharpie's property?
Did you hear him, John Q?
No.
He said, do you have any proof that they've searched Sharpie's property? Or anybody else?
That's not my question, though. You know, he's got access to Jackie Dobbs. Jackie Dobbs is the point of contact for Don B. He had him on his channel. He spoke to him and, you know, developed a rapport enough to say and find out that law enforcement never searched his property.
No, he said that law enforcement did search his property, and he told Don B that he could go and search his property. If the man had anything to hide, why would he make those statements? I mean, there's, like he said, there's
the video is still up, ain't it?
Yeah, as far as I know. The fact is, John Q, you can ride up there yourself and go search that piece of property. There's
I'd
nothing
love
on
to.
it.
I'd love to. From New York, where I sit, I'd love to.
I didn't know you were in New York.
No, I'd love to. And I'm not pointing the finger at Don B. And don't get me wrong. It's just that, you know, from that interview, it appeared and seemed as though the property wasn't searched by law enforcement.
Well,
That's all.
I don't know, because that interview's been a while back, but I don't know if he said it was or not.
Right.
Because everybody is really good at nitpicking on statements on YouTube. I figured they would say, no, it wasn't, or yes, he said it, or no, he didn't say it.
Right. And I'm only saying that it sounded that way. He, you know, he didn't confirm with you in any way, shape, or form whether it was or wasn't, because he had left June 16th. So what kind of consent would he give law enforcement to enter upon his property from there if he didn't tell you that during the interview you had with him? That's all.
Well, how about I do this for you? How about I get Cliff Evans? Because believe me, I can do it.
Okay.
And I'll find out for you. And I'll make it.
Please. It would be great to know, because, you know, with everything still on the table, we still don't know anything for sure as to where a search was led. You know, 11.2 acres at 110 Ben Hill Road. You got 2.2 acres at 125 Ben Hill Road. You've got 2.2 acres where Jackie Dobbs lives. And it seemed like the neighbor at the time had an issue with Jackie at that time. Hence, he didn't want to be there. He felt threatened and he felt uncomfortable. He left when? June 16th, the day after Summer went missing. So who's on the property managing and monitoring and making sure that, you know, there are no broken pipes, the electric is still on, et cetera, et cetera.
What are you talking about, on Jackie's property?
Yeah.
There's no house on Jackie's property. There's no structure. It's a wooded area property. That's it.
Okay, so if there is no house there, it's an open, undeveloped property, should have been searched.
Exactly. And Jackie Dobbs did say it was searched.
Okay. And my bad. I'm on the slow motion boat, because during the interview he never said that. I
believe Don it did.
And I believe Don. I think he did a great job.
I believe Don did ask him, and Jackie said yes. If I'm wrong, I will admit it. But I didn't hear it.
I didn't hear it. I did not hear it. I did not hear that he confirmed with Don that it was searched. He was out of town, and you know, I know that
was still out there. I mean, and anybody, and I give permission to anybody to play that video. So, it just helps me out. But y'all can go nitpick it and see if he does say it. Because if he doesn't say it, I mean, maybe that's just one good question I didn't ask him. You know?
Right. No, you asked them some great questions. You conducted that interview, I mean, on point, on point. And I was like, okay, was the property search? Was the property search? Was the property searched? And yet we're not getting confirmation from law enforcement that it was. But if he independently knew that it was searched, he could tell you at least, you know. But
Yeah.
I didn't hear that. I didn't hear that part.
Yes, Robin, if you wouldn't mind, can you go check, please? Thank you.
Yeah, thank
Yeah,
you.
I'll get with the I'll get with them up there and ask them if it was searched, and I'll just do a video on it, and that way, you know, it'll put everybody's mind at ease. I mean, at least
Yeah, only because of what Jackie said. Jackie said that Andy was looking for him in the holler. He was looking for him in the holler to find him, maybe to do something because of the altercation or the issue that he had with Jodie Sue. And he didn't know whether, you know, they were going to, you know, do him out, you know, off him and then plant evidence. That's a bold statement for him to make, and he made it on your channel.
Okay.
Well, he was just guessing. He wasn't making an actual statement. He was just saying, "What? I mean, could they have been doing this?" You know.
Well, he left for Georgia the next day. So I don't think that was taken lightly.
So are you saying that, John Q, are you saying that you believe Jackie Dobbs had something to do with Summer being gone?
No, nope.
Then what is the fascination with Jackie Dobbs's property? Or proving what he did or didn't say?
The search. That's all. That's all. If Jackie Dobbs left June 16th, there's nobody on that property or to monitor the property or do anything to that property.
So you're thinking that somebody may have planted something on the property.
That's what Jackie said during the interview Don B had with him.
Okay. Well, hon, you need to make things a little bit more clear because that's not how you were coming across.
No, that's the way I did come across, but I'm just saying that if you're not there and he was in fear of his life, enough for him to leave on June 16th to go to Georgia, relocate. Now there's nobody on the property, and he believed that, you know, Andy was coming down to do something to him and maybe plant evidence. I took that statement. I said, oh my God. So that's what I'm saying, bold and clear. You know, if the property was searched, could Don B find out from Jackie Dobbs? And then, you know, at least that's off the table.
Right. And we understand that now. And yet he said yes, that he will get a hold of Cliff Evans and he will get a hold of Jackie Dobbs and he will confirm it and make a video of it.
Cool. And I hope that Don B comes back to your channel and delivers at least some kind of message saying that, you know, because you've done great work covering this case. Like, you know, I love your channel.
Well, thank you, John.
Channel. And, you know, the folks that are here supporting you are looking as well. And when I saw Don B on your channel, that question popped right up in my mind. I said, oh my God. I said, let me jump up there and maybe I can ask him myself. But he dropped down, you know.
Well, he didn't drop down. The signal got cut out from where he's at.
Okay.
Now here's the thing. When I do ask them, they may not specifically tell. They may say, well, we can tell you properties were searched, but we can't tell you specifically what properties were searched. I can see them kind of beating around the bush. What if they tell me that?
I didn't hear him.
He said that he will ask them, but he could see them saying properties were searched, but them not telling him specifically whose properties.
Right.
I mean, what if they tell me we're not gonna get into whose property that we searched?
Hey, hold up for a second.
Yeah.
Christola says single mama 4 is admit that she heard a badge from an EMS worker was found in the shed after Summer was missing, and his name is Andy Morgan. Single mama 4, where you at?
Andy Morgan. What is he? Law enforcement?
No, EMS worker.
MS. Okay.
EMS.
Emergency. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, what's that about?
Okay, hang on a second. Single mom says, okay, thank you. My anonymous source thought he was EMS. Evidently, he was not EMS. He was something else. But there was a badge found. I'm way behind on comments, guys.
Connecting them to Summer?
Yeah, it was found in the shed up there after Summer got gone.
I mean, it's possible. I've dropped my glasses in the woods running after a deer I shot. You know, and
Right.
never found them because I've went, you know. I mean, if that EMS worker, you know, ended up, you know, walking 5 miles that day, you know, I don't
In
know.
the- in the shed.
I'm surprised nobody's seen a badge laying in there. Well, they did, didn't they?
They did see a badge laying in the shed at Summer's house after she got gone.
Why did this now come out?
It's part of the evidence, I guess.
There was a badge.
People have done all kinds of videos on that.
There was a badge
Evidently.
that was taken into evidence, or no?
Single mom says she heard this 3 months ago.
There was a badge during the search that they found that was taken into evidence, or no?
As far as I understand, yes.
Oh, man.
I mean, it is possible, but I don't think maybe. I mean, it could have been a badge from a cop or a firefighter. I mean, there were plenty of people. Like they said, there was like, how many agencies up there that night?
I don't know. I don't remember.
Well, you had search and rescue, Churchill Rescue Squad. You had the sheriff's department. You had emergency services. You had the fire department. You had, you know, at least part of the police force that they have there in Hawkins County.
Hang on one second, guys.
Yeah.
Joanne, would you like to come up? I know who you are. Would you like to come up and give us some advice? Just general advice is all I'm asking, Joanne. Just general information.
Yeah, and let Don B know from me, I truly appreciate all of his efforts doing what he's done on his channel to cover the summerwells case.
Did you
That
hear?
I wanted to make sure he knew.
Yeah. Did you hear John Q, Don? Don B, did you hear me? Oh, he's out of signal again. Hang on. Yes,
Okay.
Lips. We know, hon.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Okay, yeah. Did you hear what John Q said? He said to tell you he appreciates everything that you've done and all the hard work.
Well, thank you, John.
No,
He
you're
said-
welcome. I mean, you know, for day after day, and you're reporting from your car and giving updates on new developments, going down to the police precinct and everything, just to give updates. I certainly appreciate that because that's boots on the ground, you know. And so I wanted to make sure you heard from me that I truly appreciate that because your content does add to, you know, the story.
Joanne, if you're still in here, I'm going to drop my link. And if you want to, grab it and just come on up. I know you all don't have a clue who she is, but she is an attorney, and I would love for
great.
her to come up.
Yeah, great. All the help we can get, the better.
You had just recently someone from social services, basically, or CPS.
She's in chat too. She's in here.
Okay, yeah, she you got some of her expertise. So it would be great to I mean, if she's not one in Tennessee, I mean, still, the laws are kind of similar.
No, she's from Tennessee.
Oh, wow, even better.
That is, if I didn't scare her off by calling her out.
See, I wish more people with expertise would go on these lives.
I do too.
Yeah.
I mean, it would really answer a lot of questions for us.
Yes, it would. Yes, it would. I wanted to ask Don B, when was the last time he spoke to Jackie in reference to his follow-up after that video?
Just that one night. I emailed him the other day, and he's not gotten back to me because I just emailed him and told him, asked him how he is doing, just checking on him, but he never did get back with me.
Right. Did you guys, I know that at the tail end of the video, you were going to make plans to come up and see him and maybe go back to the property and talk a little bit about, what you could do with it.
Now, Jackie did give me permission to go up there and look, so, I can, but here's the thing. If I don't want to go up there and look unless I've got one of the guys with me.
Right. Yeah, don't go up there by yourself.
Lips, if you would like to come up, come on up.
But it would be great to have an updated visual eyesight, line of sight on his property, at least, because it's not on YouTube. No one's covered it. So if you can get permission to do that, obviously all eyes on your channel at that point.
I know it's only 2 acres, but if they hadn't searched it, Wouldn't it be a shame if there was some evidence in that 2 acres?
Oh yeah, it would be awesome if there was evidence in that 2 acres.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Something, just something.
And I've got it on video where he's given me permission to be on his land. So
yes.
I don't want to do it by myself. I want to have Cliff or John with me.
Yes, I agree. You should have somebody with you when you do that walkthrough, and make sure that involve 2 or 3 people shooting video, of certain areas of that area, undeveloped area, at the same time. You guys could collaborate to cover that property in a short period of time.
TT said that they would come and help you if you needed help, Don B.
Well, I kind of want to, just in case there is something, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Don B, you're getting all kinds of offers for help here. Let me just say, okay?
Well, thanks everybody, but I just want to, because if there, just on the off chance there is something there and we call it in, the defense could say, well, it took you an hour to get out there, just to say somebody didn't mess with it.
What did he say?
He said he wants somebody official to go with him so that in case, so nobody can say stuff was tampered with, planted, whatever.
Right. Yeah, whatever he can pull together that
How are you?
That would secure his walkthrough. By all means, you have the resources, use them, and just videotape it, and then contact LE about your findings if you find anything, and let them come out there and then isolate the evidence if there is any.
They're out right now. I contact them first thing in the morning and tell them that I've got permission to be on that land, and if they want to accompany me, I by all means, meet them up there.
Right. Lips, you had something you wanted to say, sweetheart?
No, I just thought maybe you guys had any questions. I see there's a million of them in chat.
Anybody got any questions for Lips about Marlena?
When did she talk to her?
When did you do that interview, Lips? Don B's wanting to know.
I talk to Marlena every day.
Oh, she talks to her every day.
But that interview I did in February. The clips you're seeing I did in February. Before Ziggy got her same story from Fred.
Okay.
Way before.
Did you hear her, Don?
She done it in February.
Yeah.
Was there a reason why she couldn't release it on that?
Yeah, there's a reason. Look
Yeah.
what people do to you when you release stuff. Fuck yeah, there was lots of reasons why I didn't do it. I was being accused of being on here to want money. I was being accused of taking money off Summer's name. I've only made $210 since the day I started my channel in January. So that's why I didn't do a lot of it. I was getting put into categories with all these other stuff, being called a scammer and all this other stuff. I was told I was a liar, everything. I just wasn't going to entertain. And I feel the need to.
Okay, so Miss Lip, can I ask you a question? And
Yes,
welcome. The basis of your interview, okay, what were you able to truly find out?
I found out a pretty important location that even the PIs refused to chat about. I was given, I don't know, lots of different. As you see, the reason why I haven't played the whole interview is because everything gets lost in translation. So I'm playing little sections at a time, so it can be, you know, like you guys can
Digest it.
Yeah, digest. There you go. Yeah. And when I got it all at once, I missed a lot of things. Just like I did with Candace. I'm going to put out all Don and Candace's videos I got on them too again. You guys all missed those. John Q, Don B, and everybody. You guys missed all those.
Right.
I got Don beating the crap out of Candace on camera while he's smoking crack. You can't see him smoking crack, but he talks about it, and he shoots himself in the ankle with a pellet gun.
Okay, so do you believe what Jodie Sue said about Andy being on the property with Candace, exchanging, you know, favors, so to speak?
I don't think it was Andy. Well, I guess maybe I'm thinking of something different. I'm thinking about the medicine to sedate them. I agree with that. Yeah, I don't know about what you're talking about.
Okay.
Oh, I got a question.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Is that woman still in chat that's a lawyer?
I've not seen her name after I asked her to come up.
Is there anybody with legal experience that's in the chat?
I've not seen anybody that I can name. Is there any lawyers or anybody with legal expertise in chat? Like I said, Audrey's in chat, or she was.
Plus, when I first got this stuff, I didn't believe it. I didn't believe any of it. I had to digest it. I had to find things and bits and pieces that went with it. I had to try to fact check it. I had to try to back it up with stuff, and I just wasn't finding a lot.
Right.
So, because nothing was coming out. So I did find the matching story about the sacrifice thing, but that was it.
Okay, do you believe Summer was given over to someone?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
But I think she possibly might still be alive because we're just not finding her.
Okay. That was going to be my next question. Do you think she's still alive?
I do. And if she's alive,
I do too.
I believe she's within the FLDS community because they are the only ones that I know of that can hide a human and turn them into somebody totally different without having to deal with us. Like we're different people to the FLDS.
Right.
Or the
Right.
Sorry.
What do you think their motive would be?
Well, recently I've kind of putting together in my head as a theory that they really didn't want to do this until right before school, but they were in a rush to do it the way they did or whatever because of CPS. So I think they were going to do it no matter what. I don't know. And
Okay.
That's if
Okay.
that's beyond my accident theory. So
Okay.
Okay. Don B, Audrey says that she is in chat. She don't know if she can answer. She might be able to answer a few questions, but legal wise, she can't, answer a whole lot.
but when she told me about this packing the bags thing, that was my main thing that gave me hope. Because I knew about Don's family, his mom, and everybody being all part of the LDS community before that, and so that's what made me come up with the LDS. And then all of a sudden there's like other stuff coming out, but it's not. That's just my theory, and I don't have any facts or anything to back that up, other than they are part of that community, or were when they were alive. Graham was alive and stuff.
Right. Do you think that
Not SK, Patty, the LDS. That's not Don and them. It's Don's parents.
It's Don's dad and his stepmom's religion.
Yeah, and his mom.
And his mom.
okay? Do you think that money is a factor? Debt is a factor as to what happened to Summer?
No, but kind of, but not in the not. No, I don't think so.
That's saying Don and Candace, with their habits of everyday life,
Right.
alcohol,
Okay, I think they might
drugs,
making money off of her maybe, but I don't think they just wanted to get rid of her permanently for money, because I can't wrap my head around that.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
I appreciate that.
I
appreciate your answer.
It's hard for me to wrap my head around anybody doing that.
Okay, I have a question for you, Lips.
Yeah.
With your interview or you talking with Marlena every day, do you believe they would have been getting rid of Summer because of SA?
I do.
What does Marlena think?
She admits it all about Summer and stuff, and I haven't gotten too detailed in with her because I want to see her facial expressions when I talk to her about it, and she just has all the excuses, oh, I'm busy right now, and stuff, because I got issues with her right now. I don't talk about that publicly, but I will, privately. And I find her credible because of some recent names we were given about some.
You're cutting out, sweetheart.
Oh, yeah. Hold on. You guys are in my case. I forgot I have to take that. Does she feel like Marlena will be called as a witness if there's a trial?
Do you think Marlena will be called as a witness if there's a trial, Lips?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And what do you think Marlena would say?
I think she'd have to speak up. I think she'd have to speak up on some past things, because Marlena wasn't there since May, but her daughter was. She would drop her daughter off there for weeks at a time. Candace was her babysitter. It's kind of weird. That's why I didn't find her to be too credible at first. But the stories I'm getting are matching up, and the names are matching up. It's just her personal. She has issues too. I don't think she's broken her habits. I don't think. I know she's homeless. I know that she doesn't have either one of her kids. One wasn't biologically hers, but by marriage, whatever. And that one's in the system.
What?
You think? Do you think that Jodie Sue or Andy had something to do?
Yeah,
absolutely. At least Jodie Sue.
Marlena told me something different than what she told the police.
I don't know I don't know if it's different.
Her stuff to the police.
Oh, hey, Lips, Don B has a question. He said, okay, what if what Marlena has told you is not what she originally told the police? Have you turned over all your information to the police so that they can find discrepancies?
No. If I talked to them recently, to TBI and Hawkins. I've called Hawkins a few times and given them small tips. But I haven't given them everything because at first they didn't want it. You would think that they would call you back, and they just don't. I realized that they just don't. They want you to call, give your tip, and just kind of be gone. So, and I haven't. It's hard for me to do that because I have all this video evidence that I want them to see. I don't have just stories off of YouTube. Nothing I have has came from YouTube. Everything I have, I talked to them for October, November, December, and I got most of it on video. at least all of November and part of December. I got all that video, and then I've been talking to Marlena since I stopped talking to her. So like they want me to put everything in small enough clips that I can email, but I have to write out a narrative per clip and then send it like that. And I got 30 videos, maybe more on Candace. I got, this crap on Marlena. I have my own life I have to do too. Yes, summer's important, but I've been in and out of the hospital having back surgery after back surgery. I've been dealing with my neighbors. I had court yesterday. I just recently, a few minutes ago, right as I jumped on here, walked into a freaking hornet's nest. I got bee stings all over me. Well, two, but still, it could have been worse.
Okay,
Right.
one more question. Have you found out if it's true if John Pruitt really is her uncle?
Yes, I have. He's
And
not.
is he?
No.
He's not?
No. He's of a relation. He's an uncle to a relative of hers, just not hers.
Okay.
But close enough to where that I think she did tell you that he was. She could get away with that to say that, I guess, if
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I could talk to you privately.
Right.
All right.
So she didn't lie to you, but he's really biologically not her uncle.
Okay.
Do you think that this may have anything to do with Chimney Top Loop or property ownership between?
It could be property ownership. See, I have a few theories, so like, don't think all when you guys are asking, not just you guys, but chat. Don't think when answering questions that it all goes with just my one theory. It goes with a few.
Thank you, Robin. Guys, Robin, the Real Rockin' Robin did go back and listen, and she says that Don B did ask, or Ellie's getting permission to search Jackie Dobbs' plot. Dobbs said no, that they did not, but that he did not care if they searched his plot, but they never asked.
Mama Bird, I haven't showed that yet, though.
So, no, they have not searched his property, John.
Ah, okay.
Well, we don't know.
And hence the reason why I brought up what I brought up.
We don't know if Jackie knows if they've searched it or not.
Well, what do you mean? His little bit of property right there? Oh, yeah. Searched. Oh, yeah. They've searched a lot of stuff. And there was only one property that wasn't able to be searched, and I thought that was Jodie Sue. But they might have went back later, I think.
I mean, but regardless, hopefully I'll find out tomorrow.
I will give you a small hint. You need to be looking more towards the back area of the road, more towards the lights area. Back property stuff.
Frank Light?
I haven't looked on a map to find out exactly where his place is. But
his place is 7 minutes down the road.
Well, I would be looking more towards back where Brandon brought JLR, but he brought him around it. He didn't take him to it.
Oh, you're talking about, across the mountain, the way that Brandon dude brought it, JLR.
Yeah, I'd be looking over there. And I could talk to one of these people, or say Don B's going out, I can talk to him privately. I'm just not ready to put it out yet because I want to put it in a video and show it all. She showed me literally on a map. I brought out a map, showed me the exact location, and told me about that location and the history of it.
Well, if you go to the Tennessee property viewer,
nobody owns it. And we can't get to it. Well, I mean, people can, but they can't get to it from that area because the properties that are butted in front of it, to get to it, won't let you because they know about the location.
No, I'm just saying if you go to it, you'll see the size of it. You'll be able to see the size of it. Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. I've seen the light holler or whatever. I figured that would all been lights, but Brandon's the very last house. So I don't know where the lights are property are at. I gotta look.
And they never did say Candace go up that far. So now they can actually
Candace told me she drove down to Solomon's, it's about that far, all the way up Beach Creek the other direction, then drove back down into the holler and didn't get back until the cops got there. That's what she told me. I got that on video. Well, I got everything she told me on video. I don't repeat anything unless I can show you that it was said by one of them.
Okay, so we don't have confirmation.
Hang on a second. Hey, John Q, hold up for a
Yes.
second.
Okay.
Okay, Don B, go ahead and repeat what you were saying. I can't repeat all of it.
Okay, guys. We know that Candace went up Beach Creek.
Yes, she did.
Now, law enforcement is not going to say this, but what if someone did have a security camera up Beach Creek and they didn't see Candace's car go up that far? Now,
That gives her a spot. Yep.
now they've got a cutoff point.
Yep.
They can say, well, it's between her house and this security camera.
Yeah.
Because that vehicle, we would have seen it.
Don B knows something we don't, guys. But yeah, okay.
He always knows something we don't know.
I'm one that can read between the lines, so I gotta stop busting people.
Okay. Can he say, based on that security camera, how far it would be from Ben Hill Road?
At least, is it past the light hollers? At least.
And because Don and Candace ain't
Is the camera you're talking about past Light Holler Road? They're asking.
I don't know where it would be, but they probably not had a chance to confront Don and Candace with that yet, because Don and Candace won't talk to them. But they'll have to talk to them once Don and Candace can't hide behind their public defender with the voice case.
Did y'all hear that?
No.
Mama Bird, April's
No.
is of everything I do, because when she called me, she had some drinks, and so did her boyfriend, and I asked her questions that I knew the answer to, and she was flat out just making up stuff.
Please.
So I blocked her. That's off. So that's why she's questioning that. She can question $20 because all she wants, but that stuff was donated by one person actually, but another person kind of went in and helped too, or offered to help. And the only person that Marlena owes, or even I owe that story to, is to that person that made that purchase.
Yeah, I didn't hear Don B's answer.
Sorry.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. I'm sorry.
Can you say it again, Don B? Your answer.
What's that?
About the security camera.
Do you know if it's past Light Holler Road?
I don't know where it would be.
Yeah, he said he didn't know.
He's just saying, John Q, hypothetically.
Well, that's another theory then. That sucks. We need some facts.
How far is that?
How far is what?
How far is what he's saying?
He's saying
Light Holler Road, John Q,
he doesn't know.
is 7 minutes from 110 Ben Hill Road.
Down Beach Creek, right?
Down Beach Creek.
The opposite direction of Solomon, too. Up Beach Creek. Or up, down.
I looked that up the other day.
Well, here's the other thing, too. No, what if they questioned Don and Candace that evening?
Well, I know, but
We know you went out twice. I mean, it's understood that they know Candace went out twice.
well, the footprints kind of match up with this location.
I can't hear him.
I know. Hang on.
Okay.
They can't hear what you're saying because these kids are out here running around. Sorry, guys. I'm not.
No, it's okay. It's okay. Go slow and we can cover it.
Right flies.
Yeah.
Hang on a second.
Yeah.
Hang on. Let me go inside.
You can mute real quick, Nana.
I'm going inside, guys.
It's cute, okay? It's cute.
Eventually leading the cartel.
This is too important, and I've got to make sure it's heard. So, sorry about that.
Well, it's okay.
Okay, Don B, say what you got to say.
What if police do have video evidence proving or disproving
Well, then we would kind of know.
what Candace told them? But what if they didn't find that out until after they quit talking to the police.
What if they didn't find out until after Dawn and Candace quit talking to the police this information? Guys, I've got bots in here.
There you do. Well, we can play what if all night long, though. That's what I don't like. I like to try to stay to what we're being heard and stuff and try to go from there. But, like, we could play what if. Oh, my God. I hate that. Those two words.
Did
But,
I hear?
but the thing about it is, Lips, is the only person that's got to talk to anybody directly connected to the family is you. The only things that we know for a fact, she got gone in 2021 and she's gone.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So if we stopped at the what ifs, that would be the end of the video.
Well, I can't answer what ifs, though. I don't think any of us can. Because it'd be nice if there was them predicaments. That'd be great. That'd be, oh my God.
Now he mentions Light Hollow Road. What is that? 4 or 7 minutes south on Beach Creek.
I believe when you go to the end of Ben Hill Road, you turn
Yes.
left. I believe.
Right. Okay.
7 minutes. It's 7 minutes from
7
the house.
minutes. Okay, so it would be past the Mont Carmel Church.
Yes, I believe so.
That's
It's
past Simpson Road.
It's down past the property that you talked about with you know who.
Okay.
Or in that direction anyways.
Oh, no, Mama Bird. I know it. I appreciate that.
Okay.
I wouldn't have got that out if you wouldn't have mentioned that. It's okay. That back road, does it lead back into Ben Hill and Light Hollow Road?
I was looking at that same thing.
To meet someone there, it was said.
You said there's not a back road that you're talking about where wasn't his name Brandon?
Right. There's technically not a road, but you can definitely get through there, just not by vehicle or like a car
Right.
truck.
Joe, if you remember, JLR had that guy walk him across the mountain. That's the way she's talking about.
You want to be back in there, trust me. I'm not
Are
saying
you talking about
I'm not saying that just because I want you to go back there. Like, I'm telling you.
you're talking about JLR and Brandon?
Now, locals are already trying to get back there, like Jennifer and them. They already were trying, and they couldn't find a way. But I've been looking, and there's plenty of ways to get back there. At least 2 that I know of.
Audrey says speculation and discussing possibilities are all we have to try and figure out what may have happened. I wish we had more facts, but we don't.
Oh, see, yeah, Nana for Life knows she's been there, so she can answer those questions. Where stuff is and where it goes.
Oh, okay. At the end of Ben Hill, turn right to Light Hollow Road. At the end of Ben Hill, turn left to Light Road. There's 2 different Light Roads. Oh,
yeah, Light Holler and Light Road. Yep.
Okay.
But they're both really hollers, so but there are 2 roads. Yep. I learned that too.
I mean, there could be the reason why it's bleeding over in Summer's case is because maybe Dawn's public defender told him not to talk to anybody until the case of boys is over.
He doesn't have a public defender. There's no case. They don't have a couple of.
They do. Lips, they do have. Candace has a public defender, and so does Dawn.
In the kid's case.
In the kid's case, that's what he's saying, though.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, because that doesn't roll over to Summer's case at all.
No, he's saying John Pruitt said that one is bleeding into the other. And he's saying that more than likely what it is the lawyers that they have for the kids' case is like blocking the investigation on the Summer case.
Right.
What do you mean? Like how? I gotta
advising them to keep their mouths shut.
Oh, well, they can do that because they also are Summer's lawyer too. If she were to ever come out home, they're the kids'
No, they're not. The kids have their own guardian ad litem.
Each one of them. There's 3 guardian ad litems.
I don't believe so. In the state of Tennessee, I believe a family of children only.
That's
get
what I
one.
mean. And Summer's within that family.
Right. But then
I'm sorry.
besides the guardian ad litem, Donwells has his own lawyer.
Yep.
And Candace has her own lawyer.
Yes, that's how it works. That's how it worked when I lost my kids. The kids have a guardian item or whatever that you could call it. I don't even know how to pronounce it. And then the adults each have their own lawyer. Me and my husband were married, and we still each had our own lawyer.
Right. That's pertaining
like they would talk
to
to us separately and stuff.
right, and that's pertaining to the reason why CPS took the boys.
That's why I
And
know
only that. Now,
They-
if we have information, or if they have information, the attorneys for the boys, and what the boys have told them begins to bleed over to the missing person case regarding Summer
Okay.
going missing.
That's what I wanted to figure out.
Okay,
My question. Thank you. So
That
much.
can happen. That can happen only because the boys were present on the property during the time Summer went missing. And that would make sense. Absolutely makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Joe, I know how that works a little bit. I'll admit, I had my kids taken away. They went to family, and they weren't gone very long because I got my kids back in 8 months. It was unheard of, I guess, up here or anywhere, because usually no matter what, it's your 15 to 18 months, no matter what, before they consider it, because they have a program that you're supposed to go through.
Maybe.
And that's why I know Don and Candace didn't have a 6-month program. 6-month program. There's an 15 to 18 month program, and I did extra things and everything I could do to get my kids back. They even went a couple extra months and was like, look, there's nothing else we can tell you guys to do. Like, we have no choice but to give your kids back. And so that's why I was trying to help Candace in this. And that's another reason why I kind of got a hold of her. I was going to try to help her. And just, yeah, I know, right?
Let me ask you ladies something while we're on panel, because this was
So that means the boys might be saying what happened to them if it's happened in the summer, or they might have seen something happen to Summer, and maybe that's why. But okay.
Okay. Let me ask you ladies something, since we're on panel. This was a major question I had based upon Jodie Sue. Okay. Do you believe I hear you laughing over there, Nana.
The way
I hear you laughing over there.
You were like, okay, and I just loved that. It was just great. It was perfect.
She's over there. Okay. Come with it, John. Come with it.
Oh shit. Tell him.
Okay.
See?
Do you believe that there's motive for Jodie Sue in this case to try to acquire 110 Ben Hill Road, being that there was a for sale sign on that property when Don wasn't there? All of a sudden, Don comes back.
Yeah.
Candace changes her mind.
Yep.
And now somebody gets pissed.
That follows one of my theories. I've seen my Jodie Sue theory is strictly over the property and the jealousy and stuff, because then she put up cameras. She tried to bust them doing anything wrong. She tried to call and report them. She's doing like what my neighbors are doing to me, which is why I had to work yesterday. And it's absolutely ridiculous. They watch me on their phones and videotape me. Like, it's creepy. So I can.
Hey guys, sorry, I don't mean to interrupt. Christola's wanting to know, do any of us know who Jennifer is?
Jennifer who?
That I don't know, but it's got to be something important, or Christola wouldn't specifically.
As far as like within Don and Candace, or just within that area?
I don't know. Crystal is the one asking. So, Crystal, you want to tell us what you're meaning?
Yeah, like, you don't have to tell us like everything. Just
sorry, heard this name too many times not to know who this is.
Oh. Sorry.
Obviously, we ain't heard it.
None of us have heard it. Don B hasn't either. So.
Yeah, I don't know.
You mentioned. She says lips mentioned Jennifer.
Oh wait, question for Crystal. Okay, Crystal. It says question for Crystal. So, and that's why Crystal says no, or whatever. That's why. See, where where Cristola said, oh, Nana Lips all D. Oh, and then she says, wait, I don't know. Is that a smiley face? I guess I'm wrong.
I don't know. Anyway, she's saying that you've mentioned that name a few times.
Oh, because Crystal asked, do you know who Jennifer is? So then Cristola asked us if we know for Jennifer.
Right. Yes.
Okay.
No, for Crystal. Yes.
No.
Anyways. No, Candace does not have a sister named Jennifer. She may have a stepsister.
Oh, yes, Crystal. It's she's a local, and she I don't want to tell you like who she is, whatever. And she's like you, like in the chat and stuff. She's a YouTuber. Doesn't have a channel, but Alicia Powell, how dare you? Yes, Jennifer. That's who I was talking about.
Okay.
So I'm thinking about motive. Jodie Sue has been on since the Summer Reward Marathon we did back in October. She was a part of the panel then. Her story about DV was prevalent. Now it evolved into something else. She has been on panel after panel after panel after panel. And now she has her own channel. From what everyone can gather that has visited and heard her speak, what are your thoughts about this woman? Because she's injected herself since that reward fund had increased based on an effort from YouTube. From YouTube, we are the biggest contributors.
She used to strip for money.
Yeah, we are the biggest contributors to that reward fund that increased the reward fund.
But now, and now you guys are the most hated. So
and we are the most hated. Thank you.
Right.
And we are.
Anybody that helped her, that name of that her hit list that she just did, that Linda. I don't know if anybody, you guys know who that is. She's actually one of my best friends right now. And she paid for half of that hotel room with Christy. Christy paid for a couple of days, and Linda paid for a couple of days. So that's why she's on the hit list, because she helped her.
Okay, I got a question for Lips. Somebody's wanting to know. They texted me, so it didn't show up in chat.
Two different Jennifers, okay, Darlene? I'll just say that. I can't speak on it no more.
Did Lips, you talked about doing interviews with Dawn and Candace and all of them.
Yeah.
Have you been up on Ben Hill?
No. I was invited, though, and I was kind of scared at the time. She kept wanting me to bring my baby. I'm like, nah, probably not. But she did offer me Summer's clothes and stuff, and I felt awkward, so I didn't take them.
Right.
I wish I kind of could have got some, maybe, so there'd be some kind of, I would give it to Ali, obviously, but because Candace purposely was washing all Summer stuff and getting rid of it so they didn't have a scent to go on. That day that they were there on November 30th or whatever.
Yeah.
The whatever. Don came home and asked. They said, Candace, how come you haven't been out here talking to them? She's like, I ain't fucking talking to those guys. I ain't going out there. And he's like, well, they need something of Summer with her scent on it. And she's like, I washed everything. I don't have nothing. And she just kept like, I don't have anything. Like, and it was weird.
And that's what Marlena told you?
No, this is what Candace was doing in front of me.
Up on the hill?
In November. We talked. When I say in front of me, I mean on camera.
Oh, okay. That's what I wasn't understanding.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you gather from Candace, Miss Lips?
Oh, she's got a mentality of a 15-year-old, obviously, like you guys can see, and she is nice, and she can, when she's sober or maybe has a couple, like a shot in her when she's not shaking and stuff. Her and Grandus were pretty funny, you know.
You think she could have done something?
Yeah.
Okay.
Grandus too. She was fucking mean. I've seen her mean a few times, and I have video of Grandus saying she was gonna get rid of Hunter from a distance. So I kept trying to bring her down to like, oh, you're gonna throw rocks at him, like giggling. And she'd be like, nope. And she's like, all I gotta do is make a phone call or something. And I'm like, oh, you're gonna call some little kids to beat them up. I kept trying to make it innocent, and she still was like, nope, I'm gonna get rid of them from a distance. I was like, and that's on camera. I've played it.
Miss Nana, do you think Candace did something?
To Summer?
Yeah.
Yes. I've said from the get-go. In my opinion, I've stuck with it. Yes, I go on many theories trying to think out of the box and figure out what may or may not have happened. In my opinion, Don was scared. He knew CPS was coming. He has been diddling that child. He says, okay, Candace, something's got to be done, and you better do it today. And Candace doing anything she can for Don, for whatever reason, I don't know why.
What if Don did at 3 or 3:30 and met up and maybe took Summer off the hill like it was a kidnapping?
Right. Well,
there's no anybody else's scent or footprint, just Don's and Candace's,
Right. Well, and everybody, that's something else. Everybody keeps
going,
if she was down there in the shed, if she was here, if she was there, then the scent dogs would have picked it up. Well, of course the scent dogs would pick it up. That was her home.
I think that park at the end of the driveway there, because it would have been normal for him, not normal, but it would have been fine, normal to see his vehicle at the end of his driveway. And he went up there, took her out of the house, Candace must have knew what was going on or something. I don't even know about that. I can't come up with a theory on that. And then put her in a vehicle, and that's why her scent disappeared. But then I can't come up with a theory why Jodie Sue has all this scent. No, I can't put her into that theory. I just can't fit her in there.
I keep telling you, Jodie Sue is not, she might be guilty of selling drugs or whatever, and knowing the kids were taking drugs. But I don't think she was in on that.
She talked about all of this happening before it happened. And then all of a sudden started taking it back like she cared about Summer.
But yeah, I think Candace had something in it.
Do you think that Don, in some way, shape, or form, is covering for Candace to protect the family unit that eventually got broke apart?
Don is protecting himself. He's not even protecting Candace. He's keeping his mouth shut about Candace, so it don't come out about him.
It could be. That's one of my theories. But that theory or the thing that you just
about the SA, right?
I agree with the son thing and sending him away to try to make him better so he doesn't talk, or maybe just whatever. I knew he was going to. The countdown was for that. We just didn't know for a fact. So
now that's about the SA, right, Miss Nana?
Yes.
Okay.
I believe so. Yes.
Okay.
And like I was saying, everybody keeps saying, "Well, the scent dogs would have picked up her scent." Well, tell me anywhere on. Do you have kids, John?
Yes, I do.
Do they play in your yard?
They used to.
Okay, when they were little.
When they were little. Yes.
If a scent dog come and searched your property, where would they not find your kid's scent?
Wherever they weren't.
No, they would be able to, if your children played out in the yard, if they played in
he's agreeing with you. He's agreeing with you. Just being silly.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. She lived there. Her scent is going to be all over that place.
All over it. Yes.
But when it comes to scent dogs, I know that they pick up on skin cells or whatever that fall off of us when we're walking, rub on stuff or whatever. So, and we don't know if cadaver dogs ever came. So, or I don't anyways. How fresh do those skin cells need to be? Do they need to be from, that day, those few hours? Like, do any of us know that?
Well, no, I don't know specifically, but I do know that if they can come bring scent dogs and find a buried person who's been buried for years, they should be able to pick up a kid's scent within weeks, days.
That's cadaver dogs. They're two different things. There's
they are.
That look for live people, and there's dogs that look for,
Right. Exactly.
Well, there's also two different kinds of scent dogs. There's ground scent dogs, and there's air scent dogs.
Correct.
Yeah. Correct. That's for a live person.
Right.
Yes.
So now you bring out two dogs, different modality, if you will. One dog tracks for cadavers, something dead. Another dog tracks for something that's alive.
Ooh, her
Now, if
scent
you bring
was
both
June
dogs
19th.
out, if you bring both dogs out
Okay, TT.
and they lead to nowhere, but maybe Ben Hill Road, and then they stop. No dog lays down. No dog indicates a scent that's stuck. You know, we can't track what direction.
But you have to think
Well,
that
TT,
if that's, hang on a second, Lips, if
Yeah.
that is true, if
Right.
that dog stopped at that road,
Right.
then obviously that was a ground scent dog.
yeah.
Right.
And that means
Yes.
it was following a scent where she walked.
She
Yeah.
was alive. Right.
So
part,
if they had an air scent dog out there, that dog would have followed her scent in the air, even if she was put in a vehicle.
Right. Okay. And
Yeah.
that would go for a couple of miles, give or take, because as the scent dissipates, so does the scent from the dog.
Right.
I
But
think
guess
there-
what? Her scent stopped at the end of their property, which means the child stayed on her property and played on her property.
But listen, that's what I was trying to say. Tennessee Truth it made a good point. On June 19th, they found her scent at the neighbor's property. So that's days later, 4 days later.
Right. So we know it lasts at least 4 days.
Yeah, at least. And that is the ground scent. So
Now, when you say the neighbor's property, who's that?
there was her scent, and then there was 2 footprints that had her scent.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
But the thing about it is, everybody keeps getting that mixed up. From my understanding, and maybe I'm the one wrong, but from my understanding, those footprints were found up on the ridge behind these people's property. It wasn't like it was out in their yard.
Yeah, and her scent was found on I think at least one or maybe both, but I do know just her scent was found in the back, and then towards the road on Beach Creek down, I guess you guys would say towards Solomon or whatever, was some like kind of by the road, but on someone's property, and then way back in between the scent and them footprints in the middle, way back by say Mary Saxton's house, was the ridge thing. There were some footprints found, I guess.
But the thing about it is I still hold true that a 40-pound barefoot child running through the woods with all the bramble on the ground is not going to be able to make a footprint deep enough that 4 days later,
yeah,
they're going to be able to find it.
Right.
I don't think she can make a footprint through all the twigs and the sticks and the leaves and everything that's on the ground under the trees.
You're right, because that makes sense. That makes the one footprint theory makes sense of why only the one footprint then. Yep.
Exactly.
Grandus was evil from the Jodie Sue Pound studied. Child went missing. Yeah.
Sorry about the chat. I'm not keeping up with chat.
Percent was hit in the neighbor's yard. Footprints in the woods. Okay.
No, your chat is on the beam, Miss Nana. They are on the beam.
I love my chat. I always have
you got
wonderful
an extraordinary, well over 300 people. Please hit the like. Hit the like.
There's some very good people here.
Because this information definitely needs to be in the algorithm. And,
right.
Not more. I'm not saying. I got lots more. I just.
Well, spill the tea, Lips.
Nobody will help me. Like I waited months and I asked quite a few people that all I wanted somebody to do was just listen to the stuff with me and pick out what needed to be put into a clip. And nobody.
Honey, I'm here. Did you ask me?
Probably not specifically because I probably already gave up by the time I met you.
Do you get a hold of me after this? I'll give you my phone number.
Okay, we can do that. Or I could get all your right here in back chat and just give you mine.
All right, that's fine.
Now, have you ladies ever thought about Chimney Top Loop?
I don't know on what the story is on that, so no, I haven't.
Okay, Don, he cut a video for Mr. and Mrs. Cher from behind Voices Behind the Wall.
Yeah.
And he sent them a video of him going to this place called Chimney Top Loop. Chimney Top Loop is 17 minutes around the holler, over the mountain, on the other side of the mountain. Okay?
Uh-huh.
And so from what he tried to help them to understand. Shooting that video from his car, going there, is that he thought someone took Summer over to Chimney Top Loop. Now, if you Google map this, it's right behind their house, literally, to a degree. And I was always thinking, why would Donald, out of all places, come here? Why would he think someone from this area could have been someone who took his daughter over here? And I did a couple of videos on Chimney Top Loop, and I looked at Chimney Top Loop. There is a church there. There is also between Horton Highway and Chimney Top Loop at the exit point that there was, according to Scott E. Skulls, that did a great video walkthrough of that area because I asked him to. He was able to find some kind of a house that he deemed a meth house. Now, if you Google this house, you will see boarded windows. You will see an abandoned yard. You will see a dilapidation like you would not believe.
Hey guys,
Very good.
Dommy says he talked to Pruitt
About,
Okay.
I know
about what we were
that.
just talking about.
Okay.
Pruitt, months after Cher done that video, didn't know about it. Oh, Pruitt, yeah. He talked to Pruitt about the video about Dawn taking that drive.
Okay.
And Pruitt had no clue that Dawn had done that.
Wow.
Dawn
Yeah.
told Pruitt about that video.
So there's other people not completely turning in their info too. Then I'll just say that I don't want to put names, but yeah.
Yeah. So, I bring that up because I found it strange to say if he came off of Beach Creek Road from Jonesboro, he's on the phone with Candace, 30 minutes, talking about whatever the hell it was they were talking about. Ended up coming off of Beach Creek to that lower bottom shed area on their property. He sees his boys to the left, a neighbor to the right, and then all of a sudden, once he saw them, he knew that Summer was gone. He knew that she was abducted. That's verbatim. That's his words.
Yeah.
Actually, for verbatim was, once I knew she was gone, I went on up to the top house.
Yeah.
Yes, what
No.
is it?
Isn't that weird?
Yeah, very.
Guys, Christola says there are trauma sensing dogs too. They used them in the Watts case.
My son
Yeah, there would be.
took
There would be.
Lady,
There
Oh.
would be.
lady, we have been in many roads. Oh, Jennifer. Yes, we did, Nan. Oh, okay. Yep.
Yeah. So Chimney Top Loop to me was a point of reference for me to ask, had that area ever been searched? What was over there that led Don over there to believe that someone took his daughter in that location out of every or any other location in a 5-mile radius?
I know it. And
Because in my opinion, sorry lips, in
Yeah.
my opinion, that's the only place that he knew Ronnie Lawson would not allow anybody to search. And if you think about it, Ronnie Lawson has not allowed anybody to search where Ronnie Lawson didn't want him to search.
Yeah, because now over at Chimney Top Loop now, there's 221.8 acres of undeveloped land. We have electrical towers that hold electrical lines all over that property. There are 4 access points, 2 on each side. You can access that area if you are an electrical type person doing service work and et cetera, et cetera. And so I said, well, why the hell, in my mind, I'm going, Don, why the hell did you come over here? What is this place out of all the other places that you could have taken us? Why is this so significant? And hence my research from that area does hold at least 3 RSOs in that area. One is out of state, one has got a warrant current today that they're looking for. And one is just above Blair Gap in that same area. So I'm thinking Don is thinking of maybe a sex offender and SO, I'm sorry, who may have thought about his daughter in some way, shape, or form, but we never hear it from his narrative at all. He never explains why he went there. He never
Right.
explains his trip there, why he even thought that someone would take Summer there. So I stayed on that and looked for developments, from the case. And still today, no one has ever answered Chimney Top Loop or why Don went there.
We have a local in here, guys. TT
Yeah.
says my mom accepted Jesus during service at Chimney Top Church. So they probably know quite a bit about that area.
Yeah. When we take a look at, I guess, the search efforts for Ronnie Lawson to have come on a presser, so to speak, and ask neighbors, and I found that unusual. Ask neighbors to search their own property and report anything unusual. I said, oh, wait a minute. Somebody's declining search efforts from EquiSearch being out there, the 13 days that they were out there. And then they went back a second time. So I said, well, if they went back a second time, then maybe those people that refused the search allowed them to, but yet nothing has come from that. Then there was a third search. The third search was closer to home.
Within a mile radius of the house.
Right. There you go. And I'm saying, okay, that has to fall within Ben Hill Road. It's got to fall within Fields Road. It's got to fall within Bell Road. It's got to fall within that area going back toward the home.
John, hang on one second. Yes,
Yeah.
Joe, they can stop you because there's a lock across that road. Me and Dobby has already checked.
Okay.
So
And
they
so
can
that,
stop you.
and I bring that up only to say that that's when Jodie Sue started turning up the steam on her channel. That's
Right.
all I'm saying. I wanted to bring a point to it.
I was informed the other day where Jodie Sue is staying now.
Yeah.
On her grandmother's property.
Right.
Behind where her mother lives, there happens to be an old root cellar. Right close to where Jodie Sue lives. Just a thought, guys. Jodie Sue
she started turning up the steam.
She stays
on
in
her
that
channel
an awful lot and stays pretty close to that area. So has law enforcement went up there and checked that root cellar to see what may be in it?
Yeah, because right after that, that's when Andy, I guess from talking to CSO on their channel, she started turning up the steam about his activities in that area. Now you're going to throw your ex-boyfriend under the bus, and now what? And I've just started seeing some flip-flopping from her on a hard end, 360, and now she's looking to protect her ass and her children at the same time. So now going back to Damien being on this property at 2 different times, 2 different dates, 2 different forms of witnesses mentioning him being on the property, and all she has to say was, oh, he was there, but yet he met her down at Candace's mailbox, saying that he was there as an excuse to check her mailbox. So I'm thinking, okay, what is he checking her mailbox for? For closure papers? Maybe on the property that she once wanted to acquire, but got pissed off because they pulled out? It's motive.
Uh,
It's motive.
yeah, but you don't get rid of a kid to gain property.
Well, if you know about the family and you know how to break it up, why not?
It says here, Joe says that Jodie Sue found a backpack on the Loop Road, which may have belonged to Summer.
Yeah. Well, I mean, straight up. You know, Jodie Sue is unpredictable. She's unscrupulous.
We probably would have heard about it if it was her backpack. Though.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, no, actually, we probably wouldn't have. We haven't heard about anything.
Yeah, no, but like if they actually found something of Summers in an area, they'd be on that shit. Like you would see them.
Well, the way she talked about property lines, the way she talked about outsiders, the way she talked about children.
Yeah, it's a property thing, but then again, you know, did she send her son to do her dirty work? Like we don't know.
Yeah, and hence that's another question. You know, where was her son during the search?
I know it, and then she automatically made sure she put her son in that stupid cabin with her when she heard the scream. You know, but that was unfounded. So like, okay, now you guys are all lying. You're putting
anyways, let's get back to the Marlena thing. So, Lips, do you think that Marlena has information that they either got rid of or sold Summer?
I don't. Other than what Journey told her, no. She does talk to Candace and stuff, but like, or did, like you know, she called her that day at 7:30. I don't know. I think if she did, she would have told me.
I'm with you. I'm with you on that. Somebody told me, I didn't watch that video of yours, but somebody told me about that conversation. And you said that how is that possible when law enforcement were on their way at 6:28?
Yeah, because I guess Candace told her that Summer had only been missing like a half hour. But then if you put in the thing about Candace not being good with time, and we know that her 5 minutes is really, 20 minutes, a half an hour. Like we can't really say, I
thought Marlena had said that she told Candace to call the law, and it was at like 7-something.
7:30, yeah. That's around the same time she called Hunter and everybody too, though. But it's weird because there was that thing put out that I think it was not the news, but it was a newspaper where she had been seen, walking at like 7:05 or 7 o'clock or something somewhere. But
no, it was on the news, but that video has been taken down for some reason. It's only out where people have clipped it.
Oh.
Wow.
I wonder why. It could be good or bad.
Well, see, that's my thing. I don't understand why they cannot.
I'm not sure, Joe.
Ellie cannot pin down what time she got gone, where she got gone from.
I know.
Who was the last person to see her? Come on.
Right.
I know it, Annabelle.
Right.
Yeah,
so, Miss Nana.
Yeah.
You had mentioned, I guess, out of your theory, I think you did an incredible video because it made me think that Summer was handed off.
For protection?
And that's why I bring it up so that you can clarify, your thoughts about whether it was from protection or, something that was a regular for them to do. Yeah.
John, I do several videos. Like I said, I think out of the box. I try to think in every direction what could have possibly happened. Yeah. So I've done videos on both.
Crystal, I can tell you. Not you. Don't worry.
The one that I'm thinking you're talking about is if she handed her off to someone for her to go underground. The railroad.
Right. That one.
That would have been in the event that she found out that Don preferred smaller children. She found out that he was diddling. She got rid of Summer to protect her, perhaps.
Okay.
I mean, you have to go back to the statement where she said she made the ultimate sacrifice a mother could make.
If
Right.
we go by the stories, as far as I know it, that really bugs me though, because that brings up the sacrifice crap too. And they could mean anything by saying sacrifice, like they gave her up, they killed her, they did that, they traded her. I mean, they could mean anything by sacrifice. But that letter he wrote, if that came from him, totally.
Which one? The last one?
Yeah, the one that's.
Yeah, a woman wrote that letter. A woman wrote that letter.
I know it, but is Don talking to these people, telling them what to write? Because Tim Mullins said that they came directly. He was waiting on them to come from the jail, from Don, and then we got these letters that are cursive, perfectly written.
Tim was waiting on them to come from the jail so he could sell them to the Sun before he published them. Yeah,
Don knows how to write, and it ain't like that. But
I take that Tim.
They're getting Don in some trouble if he's taking claim, or at least they're making him claim these letters. They're getting his ass in more trouble.
Right. But in my opinion, Tim talked with Don. Don told him a few things here and there. Tim took it upon himself as the media manager to write this crap. He didn't know what he was writing, didn't know how to word it, put it out there as donwells.
Yeah.
And whoever else was involved in this little video creating stuff.
AF Pennington's doing it with Tim.
Yeah, I know. I'm just trying not to say that.
Oh, sorry.
I believe she thought, oh, well, everybody's going against these letters. We better start making it sound a little bit better.
Yeah.
And wrote the last one, because we know a woman wrote that last one. No man writes like that.
But I was going to say, like, if we go by what's being said, Candace doesn't know, Don doesn't know, but yet Jodie Sue knows everything. Like, it definitely puts it on Jodie Sue. But we know we're smarter than that, but we are sleuths, and we know that it had to have been something more than that, but maybe it wasn't. Maybe it was
actually,
Jodie Sue did some bullshit, and Candace and Don maybe might not really know. I don't know.
Lips. Actually, if you think about it, if we all believe that Don and Candace had something in this, Don and Candace and Grandus are keeping quiet or denying any plausibility or any involvement, right?
Yeah.
I agree.
Jodie Sue is going complete opposite and going overboard, saying that her husband was the last one to see her and she knows all this and she wants.
I don't believe a damn thing Jodie Sue says.
That's what I'm
pretty
saying.
good with reading people.
She's going overboard to try to convince people she was involved.
Over talking, saying too much. She's guilty.
Where the actual people that we believe is involved are claiming innocence.
I know it. I know it can't happen because we're already too focused on Don and Candace, but like, I think, what if we believed it and we really were focused on Jodie Sue? I probably more would come out. Like, what if we sleuthed Jodie Sue? I know some people do, but what if we all did that as bad as we do, Don and Candace? If we got all into her family and figured out all her stuff like we're doing them, like.
Oh, well, honey, I can tell you where her grandmother is. I can tell you where her uncle lives. I can tell you where her mom lives. Okay, so you've done
the Jodie Sue sleuth. Okay, well, then that's what we need, because I've done, obviously other family, but.
But the point being is, if we were sleuthing Jodie Sue like we are Don and Candace, guess what? We'd still be sitting right where we're sitting, because if the law was going to do anything, they would go on up there and get her.
I know. It's fucking bullshit. And I think, I don't know, but she's already convinced herself, she's going to die. So she's already okay with this. And I think that could be that she's ready to just, all right, fucking, I'm just going to play games with you guys until you figure it out, kind of thing. Because that's the way
I'd like to talk to that doctor.
And right. But I do have a video of her when she was freshly sliced open, and it's dated 2019. So.
Well, that's true. I was sliced open in 2019 too, but I ain't died.
No, right. Actually, you know what? I think I did hear it just recently from a local. I'll have to ask her again. That she was in remission.
Well,
hey Jenna, long time no see, Jenna.
Hi, Jenna.
Jeez. Jenna is
come up, Jenna.
Where you been, girl?
Much love to Miss Jenna. My goodness.
Jenna, come on up.
Jenna has her story too. See, Jenna talked to her first, and then I did, and then Benny and whoever. So like we all, like Jenna's story matters too a lot. She just hasn't been retelling it much, and I can see why.
As an extra point, to Jodie Sue. Oh man, watching her, listening to as much as one can listen to
Right.
from her, when you can, and then other content creators trying to break it
Right.
down. What she's saying, what she's doing, how she's thinking, how she's feeling, where she is, how her life has changed. There's this thing in the back of my mind, and I think I'll break it here. There's this thing in the back of my mind to say, if I'm your neighbor and I know all about your business, I've been watching you, I've been studying you.
John, can I interrupt you for just one
Yeah,
second?
go ahead.
Jennifer, honey, I don't know who you think you are, but you don't need to be telling people in my chat that they need to go on. Now, everybody has an opinion on this channel, and everybody's allowed to verbalize that opinion, as long as they're not rude, crude, or disrespectful. If you don't like what's being said, then perhaps this is not the place that you want to be listening.
Jennifer's pretty important people, though.
Okay, she might be, but this is the first time she's ever been on this channel, and she wants to come in here and tell my people they need to go on. That don't happen.
I'm trying to see what Aubrey said, but I'm not seeing anything. So far I just see she said something about Jodie Sue. Oh, there she is. Corn woman, bitterness run through their veins. That's all I see.
Yeah, it looks like she was just talking about Jodie Sue.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it said truth, telling their stories, that she needed to go on. So I'm sorry, I get upset. I get very defensive when it comes to my viewers, my subscribers, my mods.
I hear you.
I'm not seeing any. That's the only comment I've seen that Aubrey B even made.
Okay, I may have misunderstood, and if I did, Jennifer, I do apologize, and I will admit I'm wrong.
Jennifer's really sweet. She's like really sweet.
Okay. I apologize.
Like,
John.
she's probably crying in a corner right now, Nana. Thanks.
I'm sorry. Don't make me feel bad. It takes a lot for me to speak up.
I know. I really don't see, that Aubrey said anything, so I think something was misunderstood.
Yeah. But I'm your neighbor.
Oh.
I'm Nana's neighbor. I'm Miss Lip's neighbor.
She's saying,
right across the street.
She's telling Jennifer's only saying Jodie Sue needs to move on and get over herself. She really needs to grow the fuck up.
No, she was telling Audrey that.
No. Listen. It says right here. Where'd it go? She even Aubrey says she's referring to Jodie Sue.
Yeah, I see that.
No, she's saying Jodie Sue. She's not saying. She goes at telling your stories with Aubrey B. She needs to move the fuck on talking about Jodie Sue. So,
okay.
Jennifer, we love you.
Yes, I do. I'm sorry, Jennifer, and I see you in all the chats. I do apologize.
It's okay, Nana. She was commenting back to me. Jennifer's wonderful. Oh my God. Jennifer, chat. We love you.
Hey, one of my best friends on here, Tina Woodworth, I've told it before, the best. We literally got into an argument, and that's how we became friends.
That's a lot. Yeah, me too. A lot of them, they didn't agree. They thought they didn't agree with me when I put out. There's a lot of it started when I put out that story about the baby that was adopted out, and I was like the worst person in the world. But I'm really super good friends with a lot of those people right now.
Yeah. But no, I did not mean to offend anybody. I'm just, like I said, I'm just very, very protective over my crew.
Oh, I guess Jennifer and Aubrey B are actually good friends.
Okay, good.
So they're both probably thinking, do I even speak? Do I say anything? Do I correct
her?
No,
I had Audrey on panel last Thursday. So.
Okay, yeah, I'm pretty sure Jodie Sue Brown's in remission. Wait, what's that mean? Is that good or bad?
That's bad because it means she's still lying about dying. It's good because
Yeah,
she's
okay.
dying, and if she did something wrong, she can go to jail for it. That's the way I see it.
Yep.
Sorry, I didn't mean to silence the whole crew.
No, I'm just answering text, telling her I love her and stuff. That's it. I didn't mean to. Yeah. Let's see. Let's answer some questions. I thought I seen some. We're gonna go away. Here's one. Do you remember the day before the cops were there? Don saw a lady. Okay. With blonde hair that looks like it wasn't combed in a month. Yeah, I know it. When the person, not Jodie Sue added to this red truck theory and made it her own. The other person, whether it been a mailman or whatever, that saw that red truck couldn't remember whether it was the 14th or 15th that they saw the truck, but they did say that it was there, and that's the only thing that makes sense, that it'd be that red truck that Tracy just mentioned up here that Don got pictures of that was stuck.
While
it's bottomed out.
While Don was in his white truck.
Right. So that was definitely the 14th that the red truck was seen. That's why I don't think the red truck has anything to do with it at all. It's just those people that were there at Don's.
John Q, were you saying something?
I thought I was, but
oh, you interrupted her to yell at you.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. I'm glad you guys got that straightened out. But I was just saying, I know Nana. Let's just say, I know Miss Lip. They live right across the street from me, almost 200 yards or 200 feet from driveway to driveway, 600 feet from my house to their house. We got all this activity happening up there at 110. I'm sitting there looking at it, listening to it, all this stuff. I know how many kids you have on the property. I know when you come home and when you go to sleep. I know when you argue, and I know, well, when things are good. Now think about it. Put yourself in JSB's shoes. This is what she's doing. This is what she has done. Enough to say that she saw a flash go up the driveway. She heard tires, unlike the Subaru, unlike Don's truck, go up the driveway. It doesn't go all the way up the driveway, but it goes halfway before Grandus's trailer. How would she know that? How would she know that? If you're listening and looking that hard, hyper vigilance is what she comes back with, because she's watching the neighborhood carefully. Why? Because she knows what her boyfriend, Andy, is involved with. So you would have to be vigilant to know what's happening in the neighborhood. Hence, that's her point.
Yes, but she's saying that, and she even tried to show pictures of that day. Like, she took pictures of this, which I know they're not from them days, but that's saying that she literally had her son and daughters like standing at the door, like literally like looking out, listening. Like, why?
You would think so.
Unless
you
she
would
was
think
in there
so.
smoking something,
But you
meth
would
or
think
something.
so. But think about it. You would think so. Keep your eye on the door, keep your eye on the windows, and all this other stuff. If you're into illegal activity, you need cover. Who would be the best cover for you if you're or laying down?
Yeah, but what was she?
Your children.
Yeah, did they already have summer by then?
No, before then. Before then. Yeah. This is during the time Summer is born. She's living there.
Oh.
She knows that they have 4 children on the property. Think about it. Everything she said, she's put out on YouTube. So we know what she's looking at. When you can take that perspective to listen to what she's saying from her point of view, you'll double check it. Yeah, does the Wells have 4 children? Oh, yeah. Do they have 3 boys and 1 girl? Oh, yeah. Do they have a circular driveway? Yeah, a cul-de-sac. All this stuff, and take it into consideration to say, here's a neighbor that was very concerned about who came into that neighborhood from Ben Hill Road, right? Right?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm a drug dealer. I know about Nana's home. I know
Nana.
about Miss Lip's
Yeah, I
home.
know. Imagine
know-
that.
Yeah, I know how many kids you have. I know when you come home. I know when you go to work.
Right.
All this stuff over a period of time. Now, you want to sell me a piece of property because you and your significant other are breaking up. He's in Utah somewhere, Arkansas somewhere. He took one of the kids somewhere, and we're looking at the dissemination or the end of a relationship for some strange reason. Now you put the property up for sale. Now we go back to Jodie Sue's conversations about property acquirement, strangers being in that area, outsiders infiltrating that area, and all the issues that she had trying to get property maps and all this shit in the area. Okay. Now I'm thinking I'm going to buy your property. We're renting from Andy's parents. Okay, whether we're renting or not, living there rent free, electricity has to be paid for, water has to be paid for, things of that nature. Just think of it, just for a moment. Here you are as Jodie Sue sitting across the street, and now you're about to acquire 11.2 acres of land called your own. And now you can be the king or the queen of Ben Hill Road. All that changes all of a sudden. All of a sudden, because that which was up for sale now gets taken down for sale. And we change our mind. She got fired up over that. Andy got fired up over that based upon, I guess, Jodie Sue's research. Now think of it. Women have a thing. It's intuition. It's a gut feeling. I'm not going to, belabor this, but it's called payback. Oh,
No, it's not.
you suckered me. You suckered me. You know what I mean? You suckered me. You sucker punched me. How you doing, Miss Jenna?
I know. I was like,
love
what
me,
happened?
Miss
Hey,
Jenna.
everyone. You had to say, get
Are
back.
you
Hey,
back?
thank you for having me on your panel.
You're
Yeah.
welcome, sweetheart.
So
I was scared to come up here
Why?
right. So you
because
suckered me.
I try to stay away from it.
So
Oh,
you suckered me. You suckered me. Okay.
Mhm.
I'll
Yeah.
get you back. I'll get you back. I'll get you back. I'll get you back. Think of Jodie Sue thinking about payback, get back. How does she do it? We don't know, but as time unfolds, she thinks about get back. Well, the Wells are dopers. They're alcoholics. They're this, they're that. They leave their children unattended. All this stuff I know. So I'm going to take the opportune time one day, set them up, and get them where they hurt. And
Right.
Jodie Sue would be the kind of person to me, just to me, my opinion, just to me, to be vindictive enough to involve the kids in some way, shape, or form because of what she said about kids on her live videos. You see? And so since you did me wrong, well, you got a pleasant surprise because I'm the one who can call CPS. I'm the one who can fuck some shit up. And excuse my language, I don't use it, but Hence, let's
You
get
gotta
to
use
it.
that sometime.
Let's get to
Yes,
it.
right.
And so here's her motive.
Sounds good coming
Motive
out.
for payback. Motive to get Candace back. Motive to get Dawn back. They lied to me. I
Yep.
was supposed to buy property that I was supposed to own, but now I can't because
I
of
think
other
they
shit that
purposely
these
didn't
people
sell it to her out of every
are involved in. And I'm sure Miss Jenna can feel maybe where I'm coming from because, you had a direct communication with them at some point in time, didn't you?
I did a
Yeah.
very lengthy communication
Very
contact with him.
Right. So I have to think about those things about motive as to the reason why Jodie Sue has her channel. And I said she's still fighting for it to this day, not only to protect her original motive to begin with, but also to continue with the domestic violence issue that she had with Andy at the same time. Now she throws him under the bus, and now her son Damien, hypothetically to a degree, goes to the service, doesn't go to the service.
When evil
At the
entered,
same
I
time.
can't believe you just said that.
Yeah. So
I'm just talking about that right now.
Yeah, I'm just pulling it in and looking at Jodie Sue to say, she's phony from day one when we did the reward fund.
My main theory in my gut tells me Candace and Jodie Sue, but I can't figure out how. But Jodie Sue is definitely in my gut, like every time.
But there is a Candace and Jodie Sue. I have to agree. You are right. There is a Candace and Jodie Sue because Jodie Sue brings Candace up when Candace was on the phone talking with Don, and Jodie Sue is standing right there at the same time. It puts these people there. It puts them there.
You're on the right track.
Yeah.
And
so when you talk about the timeline, it puts them both there. I'm sorry. I didn't know.
Yep. I don't know.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
They think, oh, I'm not lying. They're not gonna think I said I don't know. I believe that was my number one original is what you were kind of talking about.
Yeah.
Jenna, what do you think happened to Summer?
After sitting back this long year and going over what I've been witnessing and what I went through with them, at first I thought that, and I always thought Don had something to do with it. I don't know no more.
Oh, okay. See,
I don't know anymore.
Right. See, I just can't. My gut does not go to Don, and even talking to him, it still doesn't go to Don. But I can come up with theories on Don. Nothing about I don't know.
I mean, I'm not saying he's innocent by no means, but I just think that
he could have though.
Where's Candace at now? That's my question.
She's on some lake somewhere, something.
Jefferson City. And Tracy McDaniel, we're all talking, hun. It's a panel.
Yeah. It's a conversation. You should try it sometime.
I was only putting out my thoughts about Jodie Sue. And this is the first channel I've ever shared my explicit thoughts about Jodie Sue. Because I've always said, there's something about this woman I'm not getting. And I stayed quiet for a very, very long time.
It's just not time. It's time to get her out. You're right.
Yeah, during the marathon and during her episodes with different content creators, when she got to Tiffany Marie's channel, she was like, just telling it all, as if it was doctrine.
She knows she's the only one that has any kind of stories about what happened. It says, exactly. How could she possibly know all these details to all this shit when John and Candace don't know a fucking thing? That's bullshit.
Exactly. With no receipts.
I think Jodie Sue does know more than what she's saying.
Yeah.
More? The bitch won't shut up. She doesn't say anything though. She just talks.
That's true, Lips. She don't say anything.
Right.
But you're right, Jenna. You're right. She's trying to deflect right now. She's putting blame on everybody, even YouTubers, even, you know, what if it was like Jodie Sue and Don? Candace doesn't have a fucking clue.
Right. I don't know. I think crazy.
That's something I want to talk about is where Dawn keeps referring to. She put her in her car.
Don gave, yeah, right.
Or the one where he says she wanted her for herself.
She is Jodie Sue. That's my, okay, yes. The she definitely is Jodie Sue. And what if Don, you know, and Jodie Sue or whatever, you know, had that plan, and that's why Don called Candace, was like, where you at? And then he gave her his alibi as of, well, if nobody's going to be home, when we already know the boys were home, and he obviously did too. But if you guys aren't going to be home, I'm just going to be at work. I'm going to go work late. But we all know, no matter what, he works till 5. There's no working late there. They close at 5. They got to be out of there at 5. No matter what, the Meadows was closed. They close.
Yeah, but at the same time too, you know, neither Candace or Don are concerned about the boys. If the boys are not with Candace and they're at home, right. Don never asked, "Are the boys with you?"
Right. Yeah. There's no, and the creepy guy in the property might have been, you know, Candace, hurry up and get home, kind of like something like an excuse,
right?
Because that was claimed to be Andy Paul.
You know, and I found that to be, you know, pure bullshit
yes.
for Don to say, well, since you guys are going to be out and, you know, I'm going to be at work and there's no need for me to come home.
But I think he was already, I think he already came home, which is around that 3:30 mark maybe or something. And
even though like, the boys are going to be home.
Like, he already came home to probably do that, take summer or something. I don't know.
Right.
But to do his plot. And then, you know, Candace wasn't there. Like, he was like, well, what the fuck? So then he got her there, and then all that took place and went down, and then Candace really thought Don was at work. I mean, I got proof from people that work with Tucker Construction that Don was at work that day, but nobody knows, you know, exactly what time he was there or left or whatever. And, of course, he went back and probably got his tools at 5 o'clock.
I have a question for you three on panel. Has anybody pinned down what time that phone call that there's some creepy dude up there wanting to touch the kids happened? The original story was it happened around 11. Then Chris McDonough came off with, it happened around 1:30. Then donwells says it happened around 11, and then he says it happened at 3.
Well, there was a text.
That's what I thought. 3.
The it's done thing, and then the one from Don. See,
no, I'm not talking about the it's done. I'm talking about the phone call from Don to Candace.
So they're talking about just the Don thing then. Okay, that's what I was asking.
Yeah.
Is Booger Jodie Sue's son? I'm sorry.
Yes.
Okay. When I'm not gonna lie to you, when I don't know if he was on that property or not, but the time that I was talking about on my live, that's when those psychics were up there, and that's it. You know, that's what Candace was. That was when, you know, it first happened, when Candace was like sending me pictures of people in the woods. I don't know if he was up on that property or not, to be honest with you, after that or before that.
So it happened during when Geraldine, the psychic, was up there, the baby doll heads and all that.
Yes.
So it could have actually been that guy that helped film her.
Right.
If they were all around the property, why couldn't
they were all on the property trying to see if they can feel her on the property. I'm sorry, it's out of my background, but I just don't know if he was up there prior or after. But she only sent me the pictures of the people that was up on the property around that time, and I don't, you know, there's so many things that's coming out.
Do you think,
I don't know.
Because sorry to interrupt. Do you think that Booger or whatever may or whatever have gone over there, and Summer was out playing, so he lured her in the woods and was doing stuff to her there in the woods, and that they said the scream and all that stuff, and they put it at a certain time because that's the time that fucking he may have made her scream, so they were trying to put it there, and then when it was unnecessary, they didn't even need to because nobody else heard it anyways, or
I don't want to speculate on it. I don't know, to be honest with you. I believe that they all have.
Because I'm gonna would go over there and do that with those
Yeah, I mean,
boys and
I think that he would go on that property. I mean, especially if he was taking drugs, if drugs were being taken over there,
right. You think Jodie Sue may have been maybe possibly even been telling Damien, here, go give the something this, and you can. I don't know. I can put that in Jodie Sue's.
In my opinion, I don't think Jodie Sue and them have anything in it. I think they just want the attention and the money they're getting from it.
Well, they want that too, but she was already trying to create all this mess, like literally weeks before it happened, and then all of a sudden it happens, and then afterwards she kind of knew it was happening before it even was publicly announced. So, according to her, she, has all these elaborate things and details and stories, and she's like the only one. The parents don't even know. Like, other neighbors don't have these stories. Like,
well, then how do we know they're true if nobody else has the stories but her?
Well, that's what I'm saying. I know they're not,
Right.
because that's why I know they're not. That's why I can't take anything she says. By law enforcement already said everything she said was unfounded, and not everything, but the story of that night and her theory of the story, the timing, the scream, all that was unfounded as far as her part. But but everything else that we hear from everybody else around there, nobody knows nothing. And then just like Jodie Sue just knows everything. Like, I don't know. She's so sus. And I mean, I don't know. I can't believe. I don't know. I just don't know where to go with it. That's why I was at a standstill with her. But yeah, I don't believe anything she says. None of it.
When Evil Enter says, Fred Hill said Jodie Sue Brown was talking about YouTubers the day Summer went missing while the helicopters were flying around. They already planned to put it out all over social media.
Wow, that's crazy, because I mean, I'm not saying it didn't happen, and I believe it can, but like, they were all over Facebook. They were Facebook people, and then they didn't, they came over here.
That's a question for you, Lips. Have you found out how, and please, I mean, I've got the screenshots and stuff. We've discussed that before. How did Marlena get the pre-published thing of Summer being missing from the rescue squad? Within 15 minutes of them putting it out.
Those were pictures.
Not the pictures, the words, the announcement. Announcement.
She didn't. She got that right off the thing when the Amber Alert came across her phone and the news came out with her alert. She got it right then and there.
The Amber Alert came out 15 minutes after they put it out?
No, not the Amber Alert. The announcement that she was missing or whatever on the local news. And so it was on, you can get on the internet.
The dog stopped at Jodie Sue's feet, right?
So Jodie Sue says
that they didn't stop at her feet. Like, they didn't go down the trail, and I don't think stop at her feet unless she was standing there. But they did hint on her feet. Yeah, that's what she said. Yeah, but she made it sound like she stopped at her feet, don't she? I think
she said it stopped at her feet.
Yeah, she did actually, gentlemen.
Hang on a second. I'm going to show y'all something.
Oh, yeah. Time to go to work.
Because that's where I went and got the actual unblurred out photo of the milk jug thing was over there off of Marlena's too. But I also noticed it was buried within a comment section on Candace's also.
Right. Okay. Hang on one second. All right. Now, is this what everybody else? There's supposedly a lot of people in this in the chat that's from that area, so they should have all received the same thing.
Yeah,
okay.
That was the original one. Yep, and it's a flyer or whatever thing, or the announcement. Yeah. See, it's from the rescue squad.
I know it's from the rescue squad, but that's not an official announcement.
No, that's rescue squad stuff.
Exactly. And Marlena had it 15 minutes after it was put out.
Well, then see, that's
Oh
where she got it.
wow.
But that's what I meant by like, say, if
This was
I thought she had the original flyer.
no.
Well, she
This
does.
is when they were still saying she was 4 years old.
Well, maybe she's a face. I don't know. I can't speak for her. I'm just saying maybe she's Well, I know she is, but maybe she's like one of those Facebook freaks, and she
Yeah, maybe
local people
she's
get
like on
those.
Facebook and they got it real quick.
Yeah,
Maybe
because she
Oh.
found out at 7:30, so she would have been looking for stuff. Yeah, I would assume.
I just find it odd.
I know that
Okay.
when I was on Facebook, every, I don't know, 5 minutes or so, I would refresh my notifications and be looking around.
Has she said why she was trying to charge the YouTubers for her information?
I don't know that she ever was.
You know,
Well,
I'm not gonna lie
trust
to
me.
you. I have to put
Trust me,
subtitles on for her. I know
What?
that sounds. I have to put subtitles on and slow it down.
For Marlena?
I'm sorry. I know that sounds mean.
No.
I'm not trying to be mean.
That sounds mean.
But she talks in riddles to me.
Jodie Sue or
Jodie
Marlena.
Sue.
okay?
Jodie
I
Sue.
thought she was talking about Jodie Sue.
Yeah, I'm talking about Jodie Sue. I haven't even heard. This is how I've been stepping back away from everything. I haven't even heard Marlena's interview.
Oh, I just started putting it out. In sections. They're on my page. Only.
Well,
All right,
getting
let me
back
check
to
it out.
my question, she did tell me that, Lips, and I have no reason to lie.
That's what I was gonna say when Jenna spoke up, is that the only person I've ever heard that she said that to was you. Yeah.
I heard that she told somebody else that she wanted $500.
She's never talked to anybody else. I know that she was offered money and she turned it down. I don't know how much.
Well, then has she said why I know you can't answer for her, but
Right.
you can answer what you've talked to her and what you think is what I'm saying.
Okay.
Do you have a clue why she is the only person that is involved with this child's life within 20 miles of that child that was the only one who didn't come forward with some kind of story?
What do you mean, on YouTube?
Yeah, on YouTube or
Lots
anywhere.
of people didn't come forward. The only people that came forward are Jodie Sue and Don and Candace. Like, people had to go hunt down Fred and
Well, I understand.
lights and
That's what I'm saying,
nobody-
though.
Huh?
That everybody's put their 2 cents in over the past year and couple months, but Marlena.
Frank has it.
Right.
Nobody else. She doesn't not want her daughter or her face on here. That's why I make it so like blurred out. Yes, you can still see it, but like, she's probably even mad about that. But she hasn't said nothing. I show her the videos. Like, she, sent me a screenshot of what you texted her recently and all that. So,
What I texted her recently.
yeah, about my one sacrifice video.
No, I don't have a clue what you're talking about.
It's your name, I guess. I don't know your name, so I was told that it was you, though.
I would love it if you would send that to me.
I can show you. I'll have to dig for it, but I can. No, it's no big deal. I'll do it.
Okay. Oh yeah, I would
I was told that was your name. I can give you the person's name here in back chat real quick. Let me find it.
Please do.
Yeah, that'll clear that up.
Yeah, because I haven't talked about Marlena until just your 2 clips that you came out with. I think I said something about Marlena when the first one came out, and then I did the one yesterday, and that's it.
Okay. Where am I gonna find this?
I mean, if I did it, I'll own up to it. I mean,
I think here, I'll just write it back here. I think this is the name. Gosh, I want to say, no, was it? I don't even know if I'm spelling it right, but I think that's the name. Oops, I didn't spell it. I think, dang it. Or maybe it starts with an A. Shit, I guess. Is that your name?
I don't know anybody by that name.
Okay.
Is it a creator?
Yeah. Okay, I don't know because I thought it was just you. I just kind of blew it off like, oh, whatever, you guys already talked. But now it's making me wonder. I need to find it. It's gonna take a lot of scrolling to find this shit.
Would it be this name?
Yeah. That's kind of what I was writing. I just spelled it wrong. Yeah, that's the name. I knew I wasn't spelling it right. I want to verify, though. That way I can tell you the last part, too, so you know I'm not.
And what name did they give you as mine?
I just asked one of my friends. I showed her the screenshot of what Marlena sent me with that name. And then I was like, do you know anybody with that name? And then I was told, yeah, Nana.
Don't know.
I'll show you. Like, I really didn't think it was a big deal, but, she did.
Well, I mean, it's not if it's something that I did do or say.
Right. I think it started off with, it was a screenshot or the link or something. I think maybe it was the link to my video for the sacrifice one. And it started off saying, like, hey, Marlena, I know this is probably true, but, and then it went on to a big old long paragraph. But hey, it's coming to me. That is the name. And that's how it was spelled. So I thought it was a little weird. Not weird, but like, I've never seen it with two N's. That's why I recognize it. I'm getting there, I think. We don't have to be quiet, though.
No, I'm just curious.
Yeah, I'm still going.
Especially if they're talking about sacrifice, because I don't think I've ever discussed sacrifice on my channel.
It was my video sacrifice. Video. So it was just a link to my video saying, I'm pretty sure this is probably true, but how you doing? And just asking her how she was doing and what was up and shit. It wasn't like anything bad at all. That's why I didn't mention it to anybody.
Oh.
But all she did was send me a screenshot, and it was like, look what this person's like trying to get me to do. Like, like this person's trying to get me to talk to them kind of thing. Oh. It wasn't nothing big. Yeah. I was like, do what you want, but usually when you start getting out there on YouTube and stuff, people are going to start harassing you. If you go on one or more than one panel, usually drama starts.
Exactly.
And then apparently she must not have hit you up.
Well, yeah, but you should know. I don't deal with drama. I don't have drama.
Right.
And I don't let anybody disrespect the people on my panel.
Yep. And that's why I blew it off, like, whatever. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that was the name. Come on, where is it? Did I pass it? This is like, no, I didn't. Wait. March? Whoa, it was way after that. I passed. What are you yelling at me for, girlfriend? You tired?
Who?
My daughter. She's out there. Because that's how I talk, so she makes noises like that. It's funny. She mimics me. Did you tell me to go away? You're the one barking at me.
I just think it's weird that she just waited. I mean, probably somebody pressured her into coming in, like coming out, or I don't know. She just came out. Like, I've heard her just recently come out with everything. Yeah.
No, it's because I waited and put it up.
Okay.
Yeah, I got the interview in February, and I've been talking to her too. I couldn't deal with the drama every time I would, show something or whatever.
I know you tell me about that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. So like, it just like you get put in a category of e-beggars or doing it for content and for money or something. And I proved that I've only made $210. I didn't prove that, but I made $210 on my channel since, as far as like super chats and ads and being monetized, since January when I started my channel, and that I just wasn't. That wasn't me. I had to prove it to get people to shut up.
Evil
Right.
Entered is asking, is she living in her car and hooked on meth?
She's living in her tent. I don't know if she's on meth, but I wouldn't put it past her. I think she's on something. I almost think it like 95%.
I think Sandy Grant asked a question. How did Summer and Marlena's daughter become friends?
Marlena and Candace were friends. They met through the lights.
And yeah, and Crystal and all them.
Yeah.
You know, Crystal Spencer.
Yep. I do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Jennifer.
They're wanting to know, was Marlena one of Dawn's side chicks?
I don't know. I would hope not. She's always had like a real long time boyfriend, or she got a husband and gets out of jail like probably today or something.
Isn't Anthony Paul one of her boyfriends?
Andy Paul, no.
Andy Paul.
Andy Paul lives on one of like Lake Holler Road or something, and he was the guy that lived in the camper down there by. I mean, I guess I don't know. He lived in the camper down there by the shed, that camper that you can see on Google Maps or whatever. And he was the guy in the blue van using the Wi-Fi. But I don't know anything more about him, you know, other than that stuff, because I've never asked anything else.
Oh, when Evil Entered says, when I first started my channel, I received a message from Marlena that her daughter was a victim also, and could I not take videos of her?
Yeah, she went around.
Oh, no.
She went around. She sent a bunch of those messages to Cam and stuff, because I told her that I showed her that picture of her daughter in the camper, and I asked her about Summer. And she's like, where'd you get that or whatever? I was like, well, Candace says thing, but it's already all over social media or all over YouTube. And she got freaking irate that she didn't want anybody talking about her dad and all this crap.
But was she a victim?
No, well, I mean, I think she is. I'm sorry, I'm chewing fruit snacks, Nana.
So,
okay, I found out.
So she's a victim of Don and Candace, or?
Yeah, I would have. I guess I don't know. Wait, that's not what I want.
So I wanted to ask Miss Jenna, and thank you so much for coming up on the panel. My goodness, and I miss you. I haven't been around your channel.
Yeah, channel.
You're handling it the best way you can, but I wanted to ask you, your involvement with the Wells, can you tell us or bring us back into a remembrance of the Wells
Man, I look like that
fellowship
private chat.
form that you know them to be?
That actually brings my stomach to a sick point.
I know.
I
know.
And
take your time.
Actually,
I know it's hard.
I actually went into that thinking, that Candace was innocent.
Okay.
And it was like I saw no emotion from neither one of them at all. The only emotion I got from Candace was when Dawn was speaking to other females.
Right.
I got zero emotion. Candace was more worried about when I was telling her that AB posted some picture, or not AB, but his Facebook, there was a picture of some girl. I don't know if it was a joke or not, but she was like all laid out and looked all like dirty and stuff, and she was holding this like little baby doll and this something else, like I don't know, whatever. So they were saying that it was possibly Rose. So I was like, is this your sister? She showed more concern there than she did when I had a phone call. Just a minute. When I had a phone call come in and saying that somewhere was possibly spotted. She didn't even care. She was like, no, she wasn't. I got that video too. That's all I can say.
You talking about when I thought that I was having hope that I seen Summer? Lips.
She's muted for some reason.
Yeah, I did have hopes that I did
My
spot her.
phone rang. Sorry. What'd you say? Say that again.
About me having hopes that I did spot her in Georgia up here.
No, you said something about emotions or something before that.
No, that was earlier about
You asked
them
me something.
showing no emotion.
Silly.
No, I was talking about, was that me? Was you talking about her being spotted?
Oh no, actually, it might have been around that time, but I got a phone call from one of my girlfriends. She's a YouTuber too, and I was like, Candace, hold on, and obviously we're talking face to face, so she just kind of sat there for a minute, and so I'm talking to my friend, and I was like, no, I was like, Summer wasn't spotted, was she? And I looked at Candace and said that, and she was like, no, and she said a couple other things, but like it was just like that.
Yeah,
John Q. John Q, you have a message on screen.
I do?
Yep, you do.
I knew that was going to come out.
Sorry, I had to set my Lisa out.
Okay, so who has a message for me?
Who has a message for you? That was the message.
Repeat that.
What? Can you read what's on the screen?
I'm telling you something now in chat. He has the sexiest voice ever.
Wait.
Woo woo, Lisa.
Yeah.
Will you do your ice
Will
cream,
you stop?
whipped cream thing?
You
need to do the whipped cream.
I ain't doing
Do
no
it.
whipped cream. This is serious. I asked Jenna a question and we got to get down to it. All this whipped cream stuff.
Hey, ladies, refuse to answer any questions until he does.
Yeah, oh
I'm
my
done.
goodness. You have the right to remain silent. If you give up that right, anything you say will be.
You done lost. You might as well go ahead and do it.
Against
He's doing it.
whipped
He's working
cream.
up. Let me talk.
Why did she have to bring that up?
Because you do. Your voice. Like
No,
I heard you
come
say
on.
that. It was one of the only reasons why
I conversation and someone say, "Yo, I just got to hear him say whipped cream."
Well, that's because we hear all this drama and this bad stuff, and every once in a while we need a laugh.
Miss Jenna does the same thing because if I go to her channel and she knows I'm in there, she'll bring it up and they'll stay on it for an hour.
Oh, yes, most definitely.
They have grinded that into the sand on my name.
your voice is like a music note. It carries on past when you're talking.
John Q, the difference is when I ask for something, I normally get it, and I did.
I know.
Boom.
You do, Nana. I know. But I didn't expect this.
See that right there?
Yeah.
That
I'm just sitting here by myself in front of three beautiful, intelligent, case-driven women to be bringing up whipped cream right about now. Come on.
That's awesome.
Oh, here you go.
I mean, the chat's got heartbeats. I know because they've been chatting, but for me to be bringing up whipped cream.
See what Lady Hawk put?
That would be cool.
I can read a bedtime story anytime. Okay. Well, you know where my channel is, but
I'm not trying to
bedtime
ignore
stories.
everybody in chat. Hey, everybody in chat. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
So, Miss Jenna, I want to get back to business. From your experience pertaining to this case, and I know you had a couple of interviews online, and you shared as much as you could then. Is there anything that's changed your mind since then to now about Don, Candace, Jodie Sue Brown, Andy Bernard, or anything that you can share with us?
Yes, a lot has changed my mind.
Okay.
Still nothing about Candace. I still think that she has some involvement in it.
Okay.
Now, as Jodie Sue is coming out more and more, to be honest with you, I think that whole hill up there knows
Right.
what happened to that baby.
If they all got something of their own to hide.
I think that it was a planned event.
Okay.
That's my opinion.
Okay. I believe that.
I feel planned too, but
And Miss Nana believes that too. And Miss Lips believes that too. And so do I. So do I.
nice.
For someone to spend the kind of time they do on YouTube trying to convince other people otherwise from the narrative that was already given, and now they've created their own narrative in a different sense away from Summer. There's
Exactly.
a lot there. There's a lot
Do
there.
you guys
And
believe?
then
Do
they
you
came
believe
out
that
with
we
the
helped
whole
them with their
story.
story?
I don't know. To be honest with you, I mean, I don't regret ever coming to YouTube. I wish it had been in a different area,
Right.
but for Summer, I don't, but see, they all had a timeline.
Right.
They all stuck to that timeline.
No, that was my
Yes.
question. Do you think that we all, with our theories and stuff, helped them with their stupid timeline along the way? Like, I know
Yeah,
we have. Okay. All right.
I mean, because what I've sent LE, and the FBI, it's from Candace's own words.
That's everything I got is from their word.
Jenna, Truth for Us says, Jenna, when you were on FaceTime with Candace, do you remember Dawn walking in and saying, "Now your mom has done it. She's telling the truth"?
Yes, I do remember that. I do remember that day very clearly. It was he walked in, he was upset. I was on FaceTime with Candace, like we do every single day. I wasn't working at the time. And we spoke every day, all throughout the day. And he was at work. He came home from work early. She was sitting at the table. She had her laptop on that someone donated to her. Then she had two phones on. Then he came in. He's like, your mom has told everything. And she's like, what are you talking about? He's like, your effing mom told everything. And she's like, Candace, like, she would not do that. And she looked really worried. He was cussing, and she's like, I gotta get off. I gotta call my PIs. So she jumped off the phone with me, I guess, to call her PIs. But when I got off, that's when I realized a story had came out about Summer never getting out of the truck that day.
Wow.
I said that on my channel.
I don't think she ever
On
got
my channel, I said that. When I covered Chimney Top Loop, it made me feel as though Summer never got out of the truck.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
Okay, so the only evidence that we have is Summer in the truck, laying up against the 2 gallons of milk when she was asleep or otherwise. That is the last picture, the last evidence that we all have of Summer being ever alive at that point. So the timeline goes from when that video was taken, the TikTok video that was taken, up until the 911 call. So now we have to go from 3.5, 3:45, 3 hours and 45 minutes to determine if they got home or not, and if Summer was alive at that time.
Exactly.
You know, the hard part, and this is a hard part, folks, you know, I'm getting background from someone. I don't know who it is. I'm getting background. Someone's got a TV on or something.
I do.
Oh, okay. The hard part about viewing that video up until we find out that Summer's gone missing is not knowing what happened to her. What we do know is that someone was with her. Number one, Candace is with Summer. Grandma, if she was there, is with Summer.
Right.
I have to isolate the boys because the boys are brought into the narrative from Candace. So we know that two adults acknowledges Summer's presence at a specific time, being up on top of that hill. And those are the two that need to be held accountable for Summer's presence being on that hill before she went missing. Do you get me? And I'm sure everybody does, because I've always said Candace is the key to everything that happened to Summer. She ain't letting up. And she's not maybe even letting up to Don.
Exactly.
Because the last thing she needs to tell Don is what truly happened to Summer. Did someone enter the property all of a sudden? And Candace, for some strange reason, allowed someone to take Summer from the property because of something that they were involved in. Out of all of the evidence that we have about the dogs tracking and how law enforcement scanned that whole area, how EquiSearch did a 13-day search and then a second search and so on, only to come to the conclusion that we don't know if she was abducted, whether she walked off, whether there's foul play. Everything is on the table. Everybody's still a suspect. You know, it all goes back to Candace. And when she was on the Dr. Phil show and the behavioral panel show, you know, there's a lot of telling evidence about what Candace does know from both those shows. She starts crying and breaking up. She breaks down. And it's not because of the cornbread mafia or there's something there. And I've been trying to pinpoint, put myself in her shoes to say, what are you withholding?
Right.
Why don't
I'm
you
sorry.
tell? Right. Why don't you tell what happened to your daughter? If you do, it's going to mess up your abduction theory, which messes up Don's theory, which messes up everyone's theory that you told the public. And she just doesn't want to do it. And there has to be motive there. It's got to be a deep motive there. And so, number one, Candace is on the table, and she will remain on the table until she clears that aspect of everything that she's been through. Because all she said was really the same thing Don had came out with and promoted months thereafter. And now to have Jodie Sue involve herself in a scream and all this stuff. There's a lot going on between 110 Ben Hill Road and 125 Ben Hill Road. Meets the eye. That's just me. That's just me. My
You're
opinion.
correct. You're correct. That's just my opinion too, to be honest with you. When I saw her freak out on the Dr. Phil show, I sent her a message that day. The same day it aired, because I was actually talking to her while she was up there on the phone, like, FaceTiming her while she went to California. But I didn't see it until it aired, and the day that it aired, when I seen her break down, I sent her a message and I told her, "You're the only one that could save Summer. You need to speak."
Right. Right. And she said everything contrary to the truth. And now you've got to figure out one main thing. Why hasn't two parents of a child that they biologically had go searching for Summer? Why haven't they organized any kind of team, any kind of community search effort to try to locate and try to find out what happened to their daughter? Reason why is because they know what happened. Reason why Don was in jail is because of a previous incident that is outside of Summer going missing. Hence, a price to pay for him. And he's paying it. Hence, the same price where Summer goes missing, Candace is paying for as well. Both are keeping their mouths shut, all except one person. And that person happens to have a YouTube channel that stays on 7 days a week, almost 24/7 a day, monitoring and checking and making
Exactly.
sure of what the narrative is, just like she did during the Summerwells marathon that we did way back in October. She sat on the panel. She sat on Tiffany Marie's panel. She sat on AB's channel. She sat on Doug's channel. She sat on a lot of other people's channel just to make sure that we had her story straight, not originally what happened. And so, she puts herself there, and likewise, it's all going to fall back on her. When? We don't know. But for sure, Miss Nana, in all of her presentations, her lives, her videos, I love, has demonstrated the process of theory. We all have an idea as to, what could have occurred, what may have occurred. And police go by that same theory. It's called pre-theory. What are your thoughts about the case? When you can get down this far, 14 months plus now going, and take a look at all the evidence that has come out in this case, you can begin to narrow down a lot of the field and where Summer may have went missing. And that's between 110 Ben Hill Road, where they lived, and 125 Ben Hill Road, they're neighbors. And you can go to the corner, right to the corner, whether it be Beach Creek or Simpson Road or Limestone Branch, whether you go to a sex offender's home right next door, not too far away, or whether you go to another sex offender collecting pictures, 1,000 pictures at that time. Whether you remember whether her son was on 110 Ben Hill Road's property 2 times in the month of August. 2 times witnessed being in the woods, and now he tries to go off to the military, whether he's there or not. It cornerstones a lot of activity going on right there in close proximity. Jackie Dobbs, since June 16th, is not on his property. We heard that tonight. He's not on his property. So the opportunity is there to do a lot of things in a triangle that's no more, no less 1 mile long, 1 mile across, 1 mile deep, and 1 mile to the cornerstone. It's not 5, 10, 15, 20 miles, perhaps, but it's in close proximity to take Summer someplace else. I believe Summer's alive. I do. I've always believed that. I still do today.
Hey, guys. Sorry.
Hey, welcome back. We
Well,
were holding it down.
I'm so glad you allowed me to come up on panel. Thank you. No, somehow or another my plug got unplugged, and when I computer said it needed charged, I plugged it up and I thought it was charging, but it wasn't.
I'm sorry. I was patiently listening to John Q. He was doing great. I was left your little back note. I thank y'all so much for having me up here. Y'all are doing an awesome job keeping the drama away and keeping Summer's name out there. I really do appreciate y'all are doing great over here. I mean, it's a nice channel to come to.
Thank you, Jenna. I appreciate that.
Yeah, most definitely. And y'all have most respect. My friend Judo sent me over here. He said this is a drama-free channel, so I figured I'll check y'all out. And I have my favorite people on. And thank you for having me, Nana.
I would love for you to come back up sometime when we can just sit and chat. Okay?
I will most definitely do that. I'm so sorry I had to run back and forth, but thank y'all for having me. John Q. Catch you on the next time.
I love you, Miss Jenna. You know,
love you too, John Q.
You're on it. You're on it. And I do apologize for being absent on your channel. I do catch your channel from time to time. But, you know, you're handling what you're doing on your channel, and you know that's outside of what we're talking about right now.
Right. I'm trying to do what I got to do, but I thank y'all. I will be back. Okay. I will be able to get y'all, and thank y'all so much. Y'all have a great night.
You too, sweetie.
All right, much love.
Much love.
And Miss Nana.
Yes,
I appreciate you having me on your panel. You know, when I heard what I heard, you know, Don B talked to Jackie Dobbs about concerning his property and everything, I said, I got to jump on there because this is my opportunity to ask him, was Jackie Dobbs' property ever searched according to his knowledge? And, you know, when? What date do we have that he knows his property was searched based upon him leaving on June 16th and going to Georgia, not knowing what was going on after the fact when Summer went missing? You know? Yeah.
Well, I do apologize, and I know if he was here, he would apologize too for cutting out. He told me after he convinced me to jump on live, because he wanted to go live so bad, and he was at work actually. He said, I might not have the bandwidth, so hopefully this is going to work. So he knew it might break down, but I'm sure he would apologize for not being able to answer questions also, or going on any longer than what he did.
Right. No, I thank goodness that you had him on your panel to go over questions and things of that nature, because that was a main question I wanted to ask him.
Right.
You know, did Jackie Dobbs' property clear through LE during the time they searched?
Right.
You know, and it was never known whether it was confirmed or not whether his property had been searched.
Well, I do apologize for the confusion. I could have swore he said yes, it had been searched, but like Robin said, she looked it up, and you know, he said no, he didn't care for it being searched, but that they'd never asked him to search it.
Right.
with it being no structures or anything on it, I'm assuming while they were up there searching, they just searched it.
You would think so. You would think
And
so. You know,
Lips
right,
says it
living
was
right across the
searched.
street, you know, you would think so. Yeah.
Lips says it was searched. So,
Okay.
but Don's going to call Watch 'em Doodle tomorrow, and he's going to call Jackie Dobbs, and he's going to clear it up and do a video on it himself.
And that's
so.
great. That's great because now you have something in motion on your channel based upon that question that hopefully, you know, we can get some answers on.
Right.
You know, because a lot of it is like in the corner and not a lot of people know what's going on. Ellie is not telling us anything. And, you know, everybody's waiting for the reward fund determination by the judge to see if it goes to the Children's Advocacy Center as it should have gone before other YouTubers across the pond got involved in screwing that up.
Right.
You know, there's a lot we're still looking for. So I appreciate, you know, you doing this live this afternoon into the evening because, you know, your people, your viewers, your audience now knows a whole lot more than mine does.
Right. And it
Yeah.
was very interesting what Jenna said. And I do believe I'm going to clip that and make a short video of just
Right.
that because I had never heard that part. I had
Neither
never
have
heard
I.
that.
Neither have I.
And I'll bet you money there's a lot of people out there that didn't know that about that little conversation.
Right. Absolutely. So
But yeah, go ahead.
no, I was about to say, you know, I appreciate what you're doing. I sincerely do. You know, to keep Summer's name alive out of all of, you know, what we went through, out of all of what we're going through, just to, you know, bring the facts and get to the truth. You know, I truly appreciate you.
Well,
do.
I don't know about getting to the truth because I don't know if we're ever going to get to the truth.
But you're
But-
digging. You're
Yeah.
digging, though. You're digging like I do. You know, you're digging. Could this have happened? Could that have happened? Could this have happened? Could that have happened? And you preface your videos with, this is just my opinion. I'm thinking along these lines. And,
Right.
you know, it's appreciative because, you know, not many of us would have thought that,
Right.
you know.
Well, I do not believe in talking bad about other people or throwing accusations out there that's not founded.
Right.
And the only reason I do those accusations towards Dawn and Candace whatsoever, really, honestly, and truly doesn't have to do with Summer being gone. It's the type of parents that they have showed that they are
Exactly.
and were before Summer got gone.
I get that. Yep. I get that.
So, and I do throw in there an occasional, well, what if Candace did try to save this baby? You know, what if?
Right.
In my book, donwells, my mom always told me a leopard never changes his spots.
Amen.
Nobody is ever going to convince me that donwells did not have something to do with this.
Right. Everybody is who they are according to their nature.
Exactly.
According
It was done.
to their nature.
It
Yeah.
was done to Don by his own admission by his stepfather.
Right.
And I am still looking for the video where he says that his own father did it.
Wow.
I remember that. I remember him saying that. And you have to wonder if his dad refused to allow him to be punished starting at a young age until after he was 19 years old, would
Right.
not allow him to be punished for doing that. You have to wonder why his dad wouldn't allow him to be punished, because maybe his dad didn't see anything wrong with it either.
Yes,
Maybe
you
his
would.
dad done it.
Yes, you would. I'd agree. I would definitely agree.
And that is just my opinion, but it's a very logical opinion.
Well, it is, you know, when you can take a look at the history and, you know, the more history you get in a case, you know, at some point we can get stuck in the present, but if we can go back into the past to see what the present has unfolded,
Right.
we can pretty much predict what the future may hold,
Exactly.
and in this case, we've had the opportunity to take 14 and a half months taking a look at everything as best as we could, everything, and say that there is a very deep, dark past when it comes to Donald. There is a dark past when it comes to Candace. There's a dark past when it comes to Grandus. There's a dark past even when it comes to Jodie Sue and Andy.
Right.
In close proximity of each other, we have a very dark neighborhood that is probably involved in something very
Yeah,
dark.
I would like, I've got a challenge for everybody that's
Yeah.
still in here. We've got 258. First of all, the first challenge is go hit the like button. Second of all, I want to see I want to see 258 likes. But I want somebody to see if you can find anybody on Ben Hill or at least within 2 miles of Ben Hill Road on Beach Creek. Is there anybody up there that is not a registered person?
Ooh, good.
I've not heard of anybody except Dawn and Candace themselves.
Yeah, good point. Good point.
I mean, and even if they're not registered, is there anybody out there that's not been in jail?
Good point. On both ends.
Yeah,
Yep. I would too. I would too.
because just
Because
like
all we know is that there are a lot of bad people on Ben Hill Road.
yes,
Outside
exactly.
of maybe a few, the many, outweigh the few in this case.
TT, I do understand there's a lot of people up there that's not RSOs. I'm just asking, is there anybody up there within a 2 mile radius when you get to Beach Creek and anybody on Ben Hill theirself? Is there anybody that's not registered or not an ex-convict?
Right. Now, there are, like I said, there are 3 RSOs right off of Chimney Top Loop. And I was amazed to say, oh, damn. Don came over here and he's doing this video for another content creator and shared that video with them. What was he talking about? And then I dug a little deeper to find out that there are a couple of RSOs in that neighborhood. So was he talking about a couple of RSOs in that neighborhood that he was thinking about, that he may have had to the property that he never mentioned, that Candace has known about but didn't tell us, that came from that location, Chimney Top Loop, for him to have gone over there to begin with?
Hey,
See what I'm saying? Yeah.
you keep bringing up Chimney Top, and I tried to talk to you about this before.
Yes.
And I could not nail you down to talk about it. But
okay.
The video that I did about the men up behind on the property behind Don and Candace, there's supposedly men in camouflage. Okay, whether there is or isn't, that's another story. But let's say there is. I also heard a documentary the other day when in 1985 there was a dirty cop who got involved with trafficking. He lived in Kentucky, and guess what was going on his property? There was a cartel dressed in camouflage clothing, staying hidden in the trees and stuff, running the business off the property.
Oh, no.
So tell me again, if you know who owns the property adjoining Don Wells' property that goes up to that road.
Now, yeah, okay. Chimney Top Loop is as far as the Tennessee property viewer. Okay, you can go there.
Yeah.
And you can, Google it, and you can see it's owned by a trust of some kind. I don't dox people, but I always tell people, go for yourself, check
Right.
it out, and then go from there. You
Well, I
know,
don't believe there's any houses up there though.
no, it's undeveloped land.
Exactly. And
Yeah,
what kind of business could be going on up there
right. Correct.
under the
Correct.
coverage of those trees?
Correct. Correct.
And why else would Ronnie Lawson not want people searching certain areas?
Correct. Now you're asking the questions that I asked during my investigation. You know, how come there are 4 access points easily available off 2 roads? One is north of Chimney Top, and one point, and another south of it. How come 221.8 acres is undeveloped land, all built around and in and around a church that has a cemetery to it? But you couldn't find that out unless you went to Google and found the church.
Right.
There's a sign there off of Horton Highway regarding a church being there. But as you travel down the road, you would never know whether you passed it or not.
Right.
Up until you got to the top of it, coming back around to the south end of Chimney Top Loop. And then as you got to the corner on Horton Highway, now you find a building to the right off of Chimney Top, facing directly toward the corner of Chimney Top and Horton Highway. You can go there now and Google it, and you can see this house is boarded up. It doesn't look livable. Why is that still on Google Maps and Google Earth to begin with? And Scott E. Skulls did a great drive-by, and he thought in his own mind, you know, that could be a lot of negative drug activity being done on that property. And I've always kept my eye on that property. And I said, well, okay, well, if the Wells owed a debt to anybody, and that debt is connected to that property, who owns that property? And hence, you know, you want to find out who they're connected to as well, you know. But when you have 2 RSOs in line of Chimney Top Loop, you know, you begin to wonder. You know, you can't go any further than that because obviously, you know, we're on very limited public information regarding the folks of that area, you know.
And you have to wonder about that too.
Yes. Yes.
Why is
Indeed.
everything so hush hush
Yes.
in Hawkins County, in Rogersville,
Yeah.
in
You
that
know,
vicinity?
why did Don think that someone took his daughter through
Why
that
did he-
holler?
Right. Why did he drive up along that road? Why do you think, in my opinion, why do you think that he got himself put in jail?
Right.
Maybe to keep himself safe.
Good point. Good point. I'm going to jump down. Miss Nana, I love you. I love your
you too,
channel.
hon.
I love your live this afternoon. You were hitting some great points, enough for me to jump up here to, to ask Don B a couple of questions. And I'm sure that you stimulated him to say, I need to look into this further. Now, if he can get on Jackie Dobbs' property and he can video that walkthrough with his permission, we can all see an update that we've never seen before.
Right. And as
You
far as getting his brain stimulated,
Yeah.
honey, Dawn and I are on the phone with each other every day
Okay.
discussing this case.
Great.
If we're not
great.
discussing this case, we're discussing 5 other cases that's
Right,
going on.
right.
So, yeah, as soon as he finds out something, I'll know it. He'll either tell it or I will once. So,
Yeah, no, I think he's doing a fantastic job. And I didn't want to come across in your live towards him to give off the impression that I'm thinking like he's involved or something. Like no, not at all. I knew Don B before, as he was developing his channel, and he was doing a good job giving updates from his car, always driving, always giving updates.
Yeah.
And I said, if this guy is boots on the ground, and he's spoken to Jackie Dobbs, which he did, I said, wow, what an amazing thing it would be if Jackie Dobbs gave him permission to do a walkthrough while he's in Georgia, to give him permission to do a walkthrough accompanied by other people, just so that we can clear this area ourselves. And never mind
Right.
law enforcement, never mind them, because they're not going to tell us whether they did or not.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's another thing before you leave.
Yeah.
How many people have you heard that actually have alibis for that day?
Oh my God. My head's spinning.
No, I mean, if they have an alibi, it's family.
In terms of
where they were at in that time frame between like 2:30 and 6:30.
Well, we got Don's alibi, right?
Oh, wait, have we confirmed that?
We haven't.
Exactly.
Candace has got an alibi, right?
That was her mom.
That was her mom. What corroborates hers?
Oh, Candace's.
There you go. So that's limited. That's a
Andy
very
B
limited
says,
scope.
Andy B says he's on video at work, but has that been proven? Where was Jodie Sue? Oh, she was on the hill and down looking for Summer.
Correct.
I mean, nobody has an alibi.
Correct. No one has. You said it right there. No one does. They
Allie,
just
not
making
Hunter, not
statements.
anybody.
Yeah. And this is where I believe Ellie is. No one has a corroborating alibi or statement that's backed up with sufficient evidence for us to believe what they're saying. Hence, everyone is on the table.
Exactly.
That's where we are. That's where we are. So Jodie Sue can say whatever the hell it is that she wants to say on her channel. She's not cleared. Neither is Andy Hilt, Allie, or anybody else. No one is cleared. No one.
Well, Andrew Hiltz was
cleared.
in New York.
What's that?
Andrew Hiltz was in New York.
No, when he made his channel.
No, when she went missing, he lived in New York.
Okay, so this happened before he came down and Summer went missing?
No. He came down in 2020.
Okay.
She went missing 2021.
Right.
And we know he was in New York because he's the one that contacted the biker gang, the against bikers against abused children or whatever it is, and asked them to get Hunter and bring him back to New York.
Okay.
So the biker gang themselves can verify, well, I mean, not verify on that very day, but verify that Andrew was living in New York at the time that she went missing.
Okay.
I'm not an Andrew fan, but I'm not an Andrew basher either.
Okay. Yeah, that you don't do. Like me. We don't need to bash. We need to, come together.
I like to put the facts out there, and the fact was he was living in New York.
Okay. All right. If he was in New York, now that leaves Jose Roman, who's no longer with us, that had, a very private view of what was going on during the time he was there, which was a very short time after he was dropped off by Andy Hilt and his company. And so with him not being here, and maybe corroborating a lot of what we're going through now. It's hard. The whole damn case has been hard.
Well, I just have never understood. I know you're wanting to get off here, but I've just never understood when all these people had opportunities to interview these other people, why they never ask them the good questions, the important questions.
Right. Because people didn't want to talk.
That's including Chris McDonough. I mean, why didn't he just come out and ask these adults the cop questions,
Yeah, well, since this is an open investigation, you can, like they always say, we can only tell you but so much. You can go from case to case to case, and anytime there's a news presser that goes on, they can only give you limited amount of information pertaining to what they're doing, because they don't want to tip their hand as to where they're going.
But Chris McDonough is not a cop anymore.
Yeah, I know.
He's a private citizen, so he can ask anything he wanted. If he can take and get on camera and interview a child who should not have been on camera, if he can do that and not respect that child's innocence or privacy or whatever, then he could have got on camera and asked those adults the hard questions.
Right. He could have. He should have.
But he didn't.
That's true.
I'll let you go on that note, John.
I've enjoyed being on your panel, and your chat is just explosive. I love every single comment and question that your chat brought up during this live conversation.
Right.
Much love to Miss Jenna. Much love to Miss Lips, you, and obviously Don B is did extraordinary work and wanted to come on your live to share with you his thoughts and everything else like that. So I'm in good company.
Yes, thank you. And
Definitely.
so are we. So
All
are
right.
we. You have a great night, John.
Yes. With that said, much love to you. I will be watching you, Miss Nana Angels, and I'll support your channel in any way that I can. Thank you for having me.
Thank you, sweetheart. You have a good night.
You too.
Okay, guys. It's been 3.5 hours. I hope you all have enjoyed everybody that was on panel. I hope you've enjoyed the chat. And don't forget, Thursday night, we're coming back. And Nano for Life is supposed to be coming on my panel on Thursday night to announce something. I don't want you all to miss it. I'm not sure what the topic's going to be for Thursday, but she's going to come on for just a little while, and we're going to discuss something that she wants to discuss. So make sure and be there at 6 o'clock Thursday evening, okay, guys? Eastern Standard Time or East Tennessee time, whichever you want to prefer. Thank you, Christola. I believe it's been awesome, too. Thank you, When Evil Entered. And listen, guys, anybody that's in here, anytime you all have something you want to say or you want to get out, all you have to do is get a hold of me. Hello, Audrey. I've seen you in here too, sweetheart. All you have to do is get a hold of me, and you're more than welcome to come up on panel and discuss whatever your theories are, whatever your thoughts are. You know that this is your channel too. Don't forget that. I don't care if you're a creator or just a viewer. This is your channel too. And it's your channel to come up and say what you need to say. And nobody is going to attack anybody on one of my lives. I promise you that. Nano for Life, there she is. She will be coming up on Thursday night. So, you all have a great night. Don't forget to hug your kids. Tell your parents how grateful you are to have them. Trust me, you need to be grateful that they're still around. And say your prayers before you go to bed, guys. And we'll see you tomorrow in a video and Thursday on the live stream. Have a great night, guys.